Live from San Antonio, Texas, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
See, we're back.
We back?
It was not all a dream. We really do have a show together. It's In the Building, bitches.
So what's the next bar after it was all a dream? Let's test it early. It was all a dream.
Wasn't Cowboys Dance Hall.
LG, what are you doing with this guy, LG? LG.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
See,
All I
come
know is,
on.
oh, okay.
Come on,
All
Mike.
I know is it was all a dream.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
I should just get credit for it was all a
Salt
dream.
and
No,
pepper.
hell
Be
no.
happy I knew that part.
No, dog. We're going to continue to test you. We're going to get you. You get me up to speed on country.
Well, you're profiling
Well, see,
me.
I like country. Well, I prefer Tejano over country. Tejano makes
Okay.
me want to drink.
Really?
Yeah,
It's all that Mexican sex you had.
yeah,
Gets into your blood, doesn't it?
yeah. I like when she talks Spanish to me. Makes me finish even faster.
Well, then she should not speak Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. No, but I understand what you mean.
You know what I mean? There's something erotic about it.
Yeah.
Is that how we starting today?
Well, yeah.
What the hell are we doing?
We start how it starts. That's the beauty of owning your own channel.
Yeah, I remember when I had a roommate when I first met her.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know he was coming. I thought he was out of town. I don't remember. But
Mm-hmm.
he said he walked in and it sounded like a novella was on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Calling you
He just
Poppy
left.
and
Yeah, he just left.
Ideos Mio.
Yeah, he just
Were
left.
you- okay.
Shout out to Hop, my roommate, 24 years old.
Yeah. No, we talked about dating Mexican girls already pre-show.
Yeah,
What it's
20-something
like.
years.
Yeah, yeah.
20-something years is the same one.
You know my track record. It's not that I
No.
was anti-Latina, but I've never been in a serious relationship with one until the last couple of years.
How long y'all been together?
Met her in March of 2022. Started dating her exclusive, like, okay, we're a thing.
So I remember when you had her on the show and there was this still photo of you two.
I was in
and
love
the way
with her.
you had your legs crossed, I
Immediately.
could tell your body language.
The way I had my legs crossed.
85% communication is nonverbal, and I could tell by that picture you were done.
Oh, I gave her the look.
I knew. I swear to God,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
everything I love, I knew. I was like, from that picture, I was like, oh, Mike's gonna, he's shooting a shot. I could tell by your body language.
Mike's gonna what? What am I going to do
I
next?
knew you were shooting your shot. I was like, oh, he's shooting his shot. I could tell by the photo. I tell by the body language you were shooting your shot.
Yeah,
Respect.
I'm Antoine Walker. I'll take a shot.
You shoot?
I'm a shooter. I'm a volume shooter.
Well, we come from the era. We come from the era where we had to have a mouthpiece. These dudes just post funny memes and chicks be smitten over them. We had to actually walk up to females and be like, hello, how are you?
Correct.
Hold the conversation.
Correct.
Then call them and still be able to hold a conversation. Like, we come from the era where we had to really communicate and really be that guy.
Be an actual man.
Yeah, these dudes just like, you post funny memes and you post a couple times at the gym, and next thing you know, you got a bunch of followers and this chick likes you. They know game though.
Chat GPT.
Yeah,
How do I flirt with
like,
a girl?
No, they don't give out numbers no more. They give out their TikTok and their Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
They don't give out numbers anymore.
Weird.
Remember getting a number on a piece of paper?
Vetted online before you even meet the person.
I used to go to the club with a pen.
Damn, I never did that.
Well, how'd
You
you
just walk over and take the pen and go,
No, you just have it with you. Just have it with you.
just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, paper too.
But if she was bad enough, you would just memorize it and you just say it to yourself all night till you get home. Because I didn't have enough money to be wasted.
Yeah, those are the days where girls had to write their number down.
You had to write it down.
Yeah, wasn't maybe put it in my phone or what's your social? I'll follow you tomorrow.
All that. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, you had to write the number down right away.
Right.
It's like that scene from Good Will Hunting. See, we'll test your white boy movie knowledge too.
See, I don't know about.
Where Matt Damon's in the bar,
Okay.
right? And there's an asshole from Harvard in there, another dude who's
Some rich
bothering
kids from
these women.
Harvard.
And so Matt, his white trash crew, they walk over and they get into a little thing. Anyway, so the girl likes Matt, and she winds up giving him her number, and she writes it on a napkin.
On the napkin,
Yeah. So he's like, cool. So they're leaving, and he's walking, and he sees the asshole they were talking to before in the bar, sitting in a restaurant window. So he walks over and he goes, and he puts the number on the window. He goes, "Do you like apples?" He's like, "Yeah." "Well, I got her number. How you like them apples?" So you could brag and shit.
See,
now it's like, well,
I
what's
know-
your Instagram? I'll
didn't-
call you 2 days from now.
Didn't they win an Oscar or some shit?
Yeah. Well, that movie didn't win.
That made them two blow up.
It did. Robin Williams won Best Supporting Actor for that movie, for his portrayal of the attorney, the psychiatrist that worked with Matt Damon's character.
Got you.
Anyway, y'all should rewatch that.
I don't know if I want to rewatch.
Are we going to get into this where we start assigning? You're going to assign me hip hop to learn?
Assign me to the. I need to get. Let me help me with my Caucasian persuasion to figure some things out.
Well, we don't want to turn you white though.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm not trying to do that.
That's never gonna happen. I promise you.
Okay.
I promise you. I love my Caucasians, but I love being black.
Only thing turning white on you is that beard hair right now. Look at that. It looks good though.
But I just ferment this bitch.
You do?
Hell yeah. Do you
I
know
can't
what I
tell.
would look like if I didn't have, this is like 2-3 weeks in.
Really?
Just
This
ferment.
would be all white?
Oh my God.
Really?
But I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be a silver fox.
No,
I'm
yet.
not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm only 46.
I hear you. Well, I never knew you dyed your beard, which you
yeah.
do a good job.
Yeah.
Some guys you can tell, like, God damn, Walt Frazier, that looks horrible.
You don't do jet black.
Yeah,
You can't do the jet black. And then you only leave it in. You leave it in a short amount of time, and then you leave a few grays. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the key to it. My wife's like, "You missed the spot." No, I didn't. That's so it doesn't seem so obvious.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. How long have you been dyeing it? Because I've known you for years. I didn't know you do that.
Shit, 7, 8 years.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hell yeah.
Do you have someone? You just do it. You do it at home?
No, I do it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you mastered the art.
Hell yeah. Like I'm not ready for it to be a silver fox. Probably 55. I'll just let it go.
Yeah.
My mom thinks the gray looks distinguished. She hates when I dye it. She says the gray makes me look distinguished.
No. The salt and pepper looks distinguished.
Yeah.
You
That's
have
what
now.
she said.
I like that.
Yeah, no, it gets bad, and I'll get lazy if I don't have anything to do, like a major event. You'll see it. Like I'll let it go. But then when I got something to do, I'll go and get me a little nice just for men.
You know who has a really like Santa Claus white beard? Dion does.
It's
I'll
nice.
never
I don't know
forget
why
that.
he.
Have you seen
I don't know
Dion's
why
beard?
he dyes it. I like Dion. With
He
the gray.
shaved it now. He don't have it
he
anymore.
has no
And he looks
facial
way
hair.
younger. I'll
Yeah.
never forget, like Dion was in between jobs, and he came up to the station when I was in the Metro Sex working at Mickey Dallas Radio, and Dion was just starting to get into broadcasting.
Right.
He had just retired. And so his agent called us, and he's like, "Hey, can Dion do some shows?" Of course.
What kind of question is that? Yeah.
Right. So I did a couple of post games with Dion, and I'll never forget. I didn't reckon he showed up in the studio, and I was all excited. Fucking Dion's coming up, and he's full white beard, and it was long too. I'm like, damn. My first question. I'm like, "Hi, Dion. How long did it take you to grow that?" About 2 months. Like, damn.
Yeah, sometimes he lets it grow out.
Looks great. But I guess he had to relate. But then he got TV jobs. And,
Yeah, you got to cut that off.
Yeah, you got to cut that off. You don't look like he's 80.
And I can't do the butt naked face. I look like a pedo.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do the butt naked
I
face.
can't grow any. Like right now, this is already too much hair. I need to shave.
Yeah, worse, I have to do a goatee.
Really?
But I remember when I tried to do it once, it made me look older.
The goatee?
No, the booty butt naked face.
Oh, the all shaven.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
When you were young, you looked more handsome without
What the hell does that
facial hair.
Oh, okay.
But as you've gotten older,
I don't know how to take that, LG.
no, it fits you.
No,
the facial hair, it actually fits you now. I don't think you could ever go back. There'll never be a time where you shave all your hair off.
Hell no.
I can't grow a beard if I wanted to, because I don't grow hair right here. If I let this grow out for a month and don't shave, I look like I have a disease.
Oh.
It's all patchy.
Don't do patchy.
It's that Indian in me.
You got to put your face in it more.
And not like, I'm from India. I mean, like,
You got to put your face in it more. It'll grow.
No, it will not grow here.
It will.
I'll look stupid. No, I won't do it. I did.
At all.
I went a
You know
whole
what? I
November
see.
without shaving one time.
No.
You see this?
And it wouldn't grow.
Butt naked. It won't grow
Yeah, there's
one
no
hair.
pores.
Looks terrible.
There's no pores.
Nothing. Won't do anything.
Well, they have paint now. Paint it in.
I'm not going to paint my face. Then I'll look like a pedo.
Yeah.
No, only a pedo would do that, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, look. So y'all are, here's one of the things with this
What we
show.
doing?
Now that we're starting this show, y'all are going to watch us get to know each other basically every day. Part of our
For a
show
while,
is us
for
getting to
sure.
know each other. I've known the man a long time, but we've never hung out like this.
No.
This is cool. I feel like I've got a new buddy. Like we just met.
Even though we've known each other.
Right. Like
Right.
I don't know your wife's maiden name. I don't know all the names of your kids.
Well, my wife was.
I don't know where she went to school.
My wife is a hyphen.
Okay.
So we argue about that all the time. I always give her shit about it.
So she does have Johnson in the name.
Yes, but she kept hers.
And her maiden name is what?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You know.
See, that's it. That's another thing we need to get to know. Like what is for air, what is not.
Yeah.
You know my
It's a
ass,
weird-
everything's pretty much out there. And I know that I don't want to do that to you. Like him, I don't give all his shit either. LG.
I mean, if you follow me on any social,
Mm-hmm.
you can see we tagging each other all the time.
She
So-
follows me now.
Of
I was so
course. She
excited.
better
She
be.
started following Nina too. I was
Yeah,
happy
Nina.
to see
Yeah,
that.
she told me, and we gotta do some.
We've been saying
we
it
gotta
for a
do some,
month.
Some chic emotion and Nina stuff.
I agree. For sure. I think Nina
Like-
would probably wear some of her stuff.
I think that's a no brainer.
Is it like what is it your wife? Is it
It's a women's mobile
brand?
booth. So it's a 26-foot bus that she gutted and turned into a women's
y'all
boutique.
are a couple of fucking hustlers, man.
Gotta be.
So badass. Anyway, so it's a big bus.
Big bus. It's out at Alamo Food Truck Park. Alamo Ranch Food Truck Park.
Oh, it's
keeps
parked
it
there all the time.
Yeah, she's a resident.
Alamo Ranch Food Truck Park.
Yeah. Sells women's clothes and accessories.
New or like vintage?
New.
Damn.
New.
All women.
I told her she needs to put some sex toys on there. She'll go through the roof.
Well, I need a silk robe for a bit. Could she
I
sell
don't know if
like
she has any
women's
silk robes.
I need
I
a
have to
robe
ask
for myself, just for a show bit.
I have to ask her.
All right.
We got to put that on the menu.
Okay. Anyway, so no, we're on the we know we're on the air, but I'm so happy to have this new show with you.
Same.
And while we've known each other for years, we've not really gotten to know each other. You and I have hardly ever hung out.
We're always talking business.
Yeah.
Every time we call each other, we're talking business and the industry and the bullshit.
And right now, where we are in our show, which is episode 2 of In the Building,
We're getting to know each other.
Yeah,
and your
but it's
fans
also-
are getting to know me. My fans getting to know you.
I've never had so many black men follow me on Twitter. I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't even. The brothers don't even rock with me. The brothers don't even rock with me.
Oh, they're following me.
My fan base is a Hispanic man.
No, I've seen more dudes
I'm talking
of
about
color
majority.
in my notifications.
Like I'm big in Edison. The Edison
Okay.
brothers love
Really?
me. The Harlandale brothers love me.
Harlandale.
Yeah, the Harlandale dudes, they rock with me heavy. So
All right.
I'm just going off majority.
All right. I think people probably assume that my people are a bunch of white guys. That's not true at all.
No, I think you're the Hispanic man.
Yeah.
Big time.
The middle class, probably, I don't know.
I know a few rich dudes.
The ticket did data on the average Taylor listener one
And
year.
what did they make? 70?
He's 40 years old. He makes at least $75,000 a year. He's
Which at
married.
the time was a lot. Remember
lot,
when
yeah,
75
10
was a
years
lot?
ago.
Now, like you
Yeah.
go to the grocery store, $200 gets you 3 bags.
Yeah, no shit. Try living in Hawaii. $300
Dude,
gets you a bag.
I don't know why. That's for another show.
My God.
That's another
Anyway,
show.
so
Who
but
cares?
the point being, y'all are going to see us get to know each other every day on this show, intermittent with all of the different shit we're going to talk about.
Right.
Because he and I we really need to get to. And here's the other thing: we don't even like the last couple of weeks. You and I have not just sat and talked.
No.
Because right now this show
Business
is
mode.
fledgling.
Right.
We're just starting off. We're broke as shit, and right now it's about content and making money.
Right.
I mean, we've had how many meetings have you and I been together on or individually made in the last 2 weeks? 7, 8, 9.
Easy.
We're out there. We're working this
hustling.
business, and so it's almost like I spend all day thinking about how to monetize our show. Then we sit down. He turns the mics on, and it's like I can exhale.
Right.
I don't have to think about selling the show. I can just think about doing a show with you now. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't know you dyed your beard. Shit like that. We're getting to know each other. I think it'll be cool for people that know
the
us.
first few weeks has to go this way.
Yeah, it's just going to go how it goes. And if you want to watch us get to know each other in person, you can do so Thursday because we already have a remote, thank God.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Texas Cheer Liquor.
Hey,
Number
man,
9.
Number 9. So, so this show will be done Thursday. And y'all need to show up. There's pressure on us. This is our first remote.
Call in sick, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, and it's at 11 o'clock. I mean, there's a good we do our show 11 to 1 because it's a really good time to do this podcast. Normally, businesses will have shows come out in the afternoon or the evenings or the weekends.
Right.
Now, this is 11 to 1. So, but if you're over there by this particular Texas Cheer on Thursday during this time, get your ass over there and at least spend 10 minutes. Say hello. Make us look good with Mr. Singh at Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of this show. Mm-hmm. We will be at number 9 location, which is on 1604 in Coolabor, in the Coolabor Common Shopping area.
And I've been told by the owner that since it's during lunch hours, he's gonna have a little something there for y'all to eat.
All right, and it won't be crap.
No, it's never crap. Never.
No, he'll do something good. He'll order from.
Always.
There's a lot of restaurants in that little parking lot, and he's going to have 4 different allocated. Drinks.
That's the key word. Allocated.
Yeah, allocations. We'll have 4 of them there.
Right.
That'll be sold at retail while we're on the air. Right.
Right. But you got to mention it by the bottle. And the first one we're going to do is the Weller 12.
Okay.
Which normally goes for about $300-400.
Damn.
We're gonna do it for what, $59.99?
Yeah, man.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
$59.99. The Weller 12, but you got to mention, hey, I'm looking here for the Weller 12.
Yeah.
For $59.99. So you got to mention it by name.
Yeah,
which is a steal.
Yeah, some slappy comes in that doesn't know we're there, and he wants to buy the Weller.
Can't do
He's
it.
paying
$400.
That's right. But if you mention Weller 12 on Thursday, there's a reason to come in right there. To hell with us.
Right.
Come in there and get you some retail Weller 12, which is real good hooch.
It's good hooch.
I've never tasted it. Have you?
Yes.
Damn it. He gave it to you, probably.
Exactly. What do you mean?
He gave you a sip.
I can't afford that
He
shit.
guards the shit out of those allocateds.
Yeah, he does. But he has them all at his house.
You showed up to a remote that Minix and Reinagel were on at the store that I was at on Boulevard and Evans, number 6, a couple 3 months ago.
And we were doing Old Forster birthday cake.
Right. He wouldn't even let me pour it to give out.
That shit is $1,300 a bottle.
I know. Seriously, Mr. Singh would not let me give the sample out.
No.
He didn't trust me to pour it because he didn't want one little tiny ass drip.
No, dude, that birthday cake is special.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me.
And
I couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, he only gets 1 or 2 of those a year.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me taste it neither. Damn, it's for the listeners. But
yeah,
now,
and you had to mention it to get a taste.
Right.
It wasn't just you can't just get in line.
So we got 4 allocateds for this Thursday. Weller 12 obviously is one of them. Mention that, and we'll give you some more as the week goes on. But that's us in the building.
Yes.
With me and Rudy and me, Thursday 11 to 1 at Texas Cheer Liquor on Coolabor and 1604. All right. Let's talk some Spurs, shall we?
You want to talk Spurs or you want to talk Embiid?
Well, let's talk Embiid.
I mean, let's keep it real.
With all of these things, we got to thank you. You'll get used to that, by the way.
What is that? Does that mean we're talking Spurs?
No, that means I put my glasses on. He gives me shit because I have to use readers now to look at my notes.
No. So a podcast that I like is it's called Knuckleheads. It's with Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson.
Oh, yeah.
And they always have NBA players on in them. So I think when they have Wemby on, one question they ask every NBA player is, who was the first person to bust your ass when you got to the league?
Oh, yeah.
I think now I know there's been some guys that had some good games, but if Wemby goes on that pod and has to answer that question, I think it has to be Joel Embiid. If a motherfucker give you 70, If he gives you 70, yeah, that's the first person to. But look, Giannis had a great game against Wemby, right? And you could tell there's guys that have Wemby on the hit list. Giannis had Wemby on the hit list. Embiid had Wemby on the hit list.
Wemby held his own, though.
He did his thing. But if a motherfucker give you 70,
yeah,
you got to I might bench you. That's, like 70 that's a whole different thing, Mike. You know what I mean? Like 40, okay.
Nobody
motherfucker
was
get 50,
stopping
cool.
Embiid.
But if somebody gives you 70, like keep in mind when Jalen Rose got 81, there's a commercial about that shit.
yeah.
I think Wemby got to get a commercial. Like, hey, I need a dirty martini with 70 olives. Love you, Victor, but he gave you 70.
Well, in his defense, he's on this stupid ass minutes restriction. But I don't.
Yeah.
Had he played 40, I don't think he would have stopped.
Well, that's true.
Embiid may have scored 68.
Okay, that's true. Yeah,
So
you know what he is
night-
on that. You're right. Go
Last
ahead.
night, I'm not trying to be a homer. Last night,
Go
in
ahead.
case you didn't see, Joel Embiid in Philadelphia last night dropped a 70 spot on the Spurs.
70.
This broke Wilt Chamberlain's Philadelphia record from 1967, in which Wilt scored 68 in a game in 67. Wilt scored 100 points with the Lakers.
Did he? No one's seen the footage. We got footage of Wilt walking down the beach
I've been
with
told.
100. I've never, nobody, how is there no footage of it?
Of the 100-point game?
Nobody's ever
There's
seen the
some.
footage.
There's grainy footage. It's back when the NBA wasn't even on TV.
Go ahead, boss.
But the Spurs played tough last night. They
did.
They gave up 133. But they only got beat by 10. That's where we are. Okay, we played Philadelphia, who's
I'm
a
down
title
with that.
contender.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't play any fucking defense, but we held our own. Wemby had 33 points, and they got beat 133 to 123. Yeah, in only 28 minutes. So they didn't get blown out.
Yeah, Pop was upset about the minutes restriction question. When asked about it, he says when it's lifted, it'll be lifted. He says somebody will come in and tell me it's lifted. So that's
But Wemby's tired of it too.
well. So then who is in charge of this limit? Is it upper management or is it Wemby's group? Because remember, that type of answer from Pop, Mike, sounds eerily familiar to when he was dealing with Kawhi and he was like, I don't know, we'll have to talk with Kawhi's group. So when Pop says somebody will walk in and tell me when the minutes restriction is lifted, who is he speaking of?
I think Pop's just not telling you. He's just bullshitting the media.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's and thereby bullshitting his fans. Pop knows. I don't know that even. I have a conspiracy theory. I don't even think it's related to the sprained ankle. They use that as an excuse to bench this.
No,
kid.
it's because he's 7'5" and they want him to play 20 years.
That's right. This is about they're already load managing him. Give me this shit about stepping on the ball boy's foot in Dallas a month ago.
At 90,
He'd
not at
be
20
on a
years old.
restriction anyway. He wouldn't play in back-to-backs anyway. Well, they wouldn't have a good excuse, and the NBA would get pissed.
Right.
They are fudging the shit out of the ankle sprain because they don't want to get under the crosshairs of the NBA. They're load managing this kid. He's fine. That's why he's bitching about it, and they need to tell him stop bitching about it. Not
'Cause
that
it makes it worse.
he's not like throwing tantrums.
But he wants to play.
He wants to play, but hey, but it's about the greater good.
Are you okay with the low managing of a guy that's 20?
No. They'd have 10 more wins if he wasn't on those fucking restrictions. But clearly you're not. I mean, are you trying to win all the games? That's what when the season started, it was trying to. We're actually going to try to win games now. But now that they don't win any games, well, all right, well, maybe they're just.
But you know what? I
Being
think
uber
I think a
cautious.
lot of it has to do with, from what I've been told by medical experts, the air up there is different for him. Those guys that are abnormally huge like him and
Yeah.
Murasans and whoever else you want to
Yao.
put on there, Yao,
It ruined his
they
health.
just can't.
Can't.
So I don't know if it's load management or just like, hey man, the dudes, because there's sometimes, I don't know how much people pay attention. There's sometimes where the dude looks like he's never, like it's his first game back. Like that's how winded he is sometimes.
Wemby?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well,
So I think the air up there is different.
yeah.
It's almost like being in Denver. It's like he lives in Denver being 7'5". No,
No, I know, and he's just he's so skilled though. Like
Yeah.
Murasan and Yao. I mean, Yao's a Hall of
Yeah, they were
Famer. I don't want to put shit on Yao, but Yao was a big giant stiff that was just bigger than everybody, and
Who's the other kid we had that was in John Wick?
Oh God, does all the commercials.
Boban.
Boban
Yeah, Boban.
Marjanovic.
The air up there is different.
You're right. And none of those guys, though, have the skill set that Wemby has. So thereby, the theory is he's more apt to get hurt because he's out there jumping and dunking and passing and nutmegging motherfuckers, and he's running for alley-oops every night. And the odds of him getting hurt are probably higher than some big stiff who gets hurt just because he's massive, but he doesn't do shit but play with his back to the basket and doesn't do anything, where Wemby's flying all around the court. So some managements need to be loaded. That's where we are in the NBA with their anti-load management bullshit. It's like, I don't think he needs to be, but I get why they would. They want to protect him for the future. That's fine. But the NBA doesn't want you to do that because people get butt hurt and TNT gets pissed and Sprite gets mad because you don't play
They're paying billions of dollars for these dudes. I'd be pissed if I was ESPN or ABC or TNT too.
Yeah. I got my first punch of the day in, by the way.
Who you punching?
I'm going to punch this is an easy one. I got a few today, but it's the punch of the day is brought to you by the law office of Orlando Kill. Every dumb fucking meathead in Philadelphia last night that booed their own guys because once Embiid got over 60, then it turned into they wanted to see a clown show. And all these fans were every time somebody else would take a shot, they'd boo their own guy. Fucking Philadelphia, man.
They're different. They're weird.
Okay, you want to go with weird? I'm going to go with they're mutants. They have gills behind their ears. They're 3/5 human.
But they're great sports fans, right? I guess.
I don't know. What's your definition of a great sports fan? Being the dick who boos his own fucking guy because you didn't pass to Embiid, man. I want to see 100 points. And it wasn't like it was a blah. Okay, if it's a 30-point game and you have you're up 30 and it's the fourth quarter. Well, although you could say get Embiid off the floor. Speaking of load management, and somebody who spent 3 years hurt.
Right.
Embiid's a guy who spent 3 years hurt on that big ass body. He needs to be load managed. And what are they doing? Booing their own players because we want to see Joel get to 80 points.
In the moment,
it's fun.
But we love Philly for that. We love Philly.
You love Philly for that?
Yes, because they provide us content. Not us. They provide the world content, like booing Michael Irvin while he's paralyzed, throwing snowballs at Santa Claus, having a literally jail cell underneath the link. Like, that's what we expect. Like, boo Allen Iverson. Like, that's what we expect from Philly. Like, I want them to be them.
It's dysfunctional entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah. But if I'm, and Embiid even called him out in the game. He's like, people shouldn't be booing our own guys. He took we're not gonna. Embiid was saying we're not gonna just like stop playing basketball because I'm scoring a lot. We only beat them by 10. We had to win the game. Well, we had to take the best shot, and if I didn't have the best shot, someone else needed to take it. And it was silly that he called it unfortunate that they were booing their own guys.
Well, if you go, across the country, the Timberwolves, their coach was pissed because Cat was trying to do what Embiid was doing. So it's weird how the dynamics of it. Like, so Big Cat's trying to go for a 70-point game, and they're force feeding him to get this, and they didn't take the game as serious as they should have. Whereas on the other side, Philly's trying to play the right way, trying to play the game the right way, and their fans are like, no, we don't want to see this shit. Right. We want to see Embiid get 81.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's crazy on the two different dynamics of it.
Do you know the last time we had two guys get at least 60 points in a game on the same night in the NBA?
Never.
It has happened.
Jordan and who?
Pre-Jordan.
I'm going to say Jerry West.
Okay.
And Wilt?
Nope.
Who?
All right. 1978.
Okay.
I forget the month. I read that this morning. I didn't just pull this out of my ass. It was it was the 78 season, and it was Iceman.
Oh, shit.
And David Skywalker Thompson.
What?
David Thompson.
Nice.
And
didn't know that.
And George both had 60 plus on the same night. 1978. That
was the last time.
And last night we had it last night with Karl Anthony Towns. I didn't see that. He was out there.
Yeah, they were out there.
Kobeing
they were
him,
out there force feeding
Russell
him,
Westbrooking him.
Yeah,
and they wound up blowing an 18-point lead and losing to a shitty team.
That's what I'm saying. That's why their coach was pissed. And you got Durant who had 40 something. He comes to the podium, big shit. And somebody, the media guy tells him, "Hey man, you see Embiid had 70?" He was like, "Shit." It's like the story Reggie Miller tells. He's like, I came home, I tell Dad I had 38. Well, that's cool. Your sister had 80. Speaking of Cheryl
and how'd
Miller.
y'all do? We lost by 10 to fucking Charlotte.
Yeah.
No, I understand why the coach was pissed. We're not going to go out here and Russell Westbrook nobody. Minnesota's good.
No, they're a real good team, and now they'll be even better when they get rid of Cat and let Anthony. Brain fart. You know the guy.
Edwards?
Yeah, let Anthony Edwards have the team. They'll be much better when they get rid of Cat, get some pieces for Cat, and because Anthony Edwards is a dude. Anthony Edwards is a dude. The potential to be the best player in the league. Like, he's that different. And at that size, he's going to be a dude.
I wouldn't mind seeing Philly win the title.
Why?
Because I like Embiid. I like him. And he's been through a lot. Look, again, my thought, by the way, I've got good buddies that are Philadelphians. So it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We can be friends, but I'm still going to call you out for being three-fifths human.
For shizzle.
No, but the Embiid's put up with a lot of shit. First of all, he was hurt a lot, which is I go back to the Wemby thing. If they're just managing him because he's a kid and he's never played this many games and he's skinny, I get it.
Right.
I get it. I would rather have him for 20 years and he misses 10 games a season. I would rather have that than poor Joel Embiid, who didn't get on the floor basically for 2.5 years.
Yeah, because one, he was hurt, but two, they were tanking.
Then they were tanking.
They were tanking, so they were like, he's still hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what do? They hire the most overrated general manager in the history of my lifetime, Daryl Morey, to run that team. And he immediately brings in the most overrated player of my time, James Harden.
That's a different argument.
And thank God they come to their senses and dump Jimmy Harden's ass and realize, Daryl Morey sucks. And they get rid of his ass, and now Philadelphia's doing well, and they actually have a chance to win some playoff series. And Embiid has been there through all that, and I like the guy, so I'd like to see him.
Yeah, he's got to at least get to an Eastern Conference final first. He can't even get there. He's Dak.
Oh, is he Dak, or has he had James Harden in the backfield? Well, this year he can't blame James Harden, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And Boston's a good team. I'm not rooting for Philly, but I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Okay.
I like seeing veterans who put their time in. Get their flowers.
So then why not James Harden?
Because he's an asshole, and he's overrated. And he's a bad teammate. James Harden would be the guy that, feed me the ball. I got 68. I need to get my 70. Where Embiid's like, no, take the open shot. We only have a 10-point lead. Embiid's about winning. Harden's about Harden.
Okay.
Go. You okay?
Okay, hold on.
No. I spent 3 years arguing with Puma over James Harden.
Okay.
I'm used to this.
Oh, so Puma likes Harden?
He thinks Harden's one of the great 20 ball players of all time.
So this is what I'll say about James Harden. James Harden did something.
Talk about Dak Prescott. Yeah, he's Dak.
He did something that even LeBron James couldn't do. The great LeBron James, the GOAT LeBron James.
Ruined 4 franchises?
No, well, that too. But
LeBron didn't do that.
The Kevin Durant Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Durant Warriors, the team that we give LeBron a pass for. LeBron faced Kevin Durant Warriors in the finals twice. He's 1-8 against them. They swept him once, and they gentlemen swept him once, right? Mm-hmm. So he's 1-8 against Kevin Durant Warriors that all of his slurpers say, well, he played one of the best teams ever. Okay. James Harden and Chris Paul, who are not better than LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, I think we can agree on that, took that team to 7, was up 3-2 until Chris Paul shredded his hamstring. Up 3-2 on the Kevin Durant Warriors. Mm-hmm. LeBron couldn't do that in 8 games. LeBron couldn't do that in 2 different series.
So your defense for James Harden is they would have won, but the other guy got hurt.
There we go.
Harden didn't lead him nowhere. If Chris Paul hadn't gotten hurt,
if Chris Paul
then I'd have won a ring.
The Warriors were fucked until Chris Paul tore his hamstring. The great LeBron James, won 1 game against that team, and everybody gives him pass for it. That's the second best team behind the Chicago Bulls. Okay, well, why were James Harden and Chris Paul able to take him to 7? But the great LeBron James couldn't get 2 in 2 different series. So, and not only that, James Harden has also lost to the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
We can't hold the Spurs in this high regard and not give them credit for, he faced some damn good teams on his way out the West.
Yeah, but he's ruined a bunch of good ball clubs. He's never stuck anywhere, and not because in the NBA, you only jump because you are going to go join some super team. He jumped because he wore his welcome out.
Right. I think he gets more crap for going to strip club after a loss.
I don't give a shit about that.
Me neither.
I give a shit about you not playing any defense and mailing in half the games because maybe you did stay up all night. I don't care if you stay up all night, but it can't affect you in games. I think his partying has affected him in games. where he kind of half-asses a lot.
Just pound for pound, just basketball. Just basketball, right?
Yeah.
I'm just talking about me just watching basketball, my eye test. Mike, I'm talking about 2 guards. Mike, Kobe, Harden.
For talent?
I put him ahead of D-Wade.
Just talent.
Just basketball.
Well, I could take that argument and say, well, that's all the more reason for me to hate on James Harden.
Because you're the 3rd best shooting guard of all time.
All
Can't win
that
shit.
talent.
Right.
And you don't have to win the title. Joel Embiid may not win a ring.
But he's
That just
super
may be the
talented,
way
right?
it
He's
is.
still a
But
dude.
Embiid's out there busting his ass every night on both ends of the floor, trying to win every night. If he doesn't win a ring, it won't be because of any sort of lack of effort. I think Harden has taken his talent,
Does he fold sometimes? Sure.
made $200 million, and turns into Dak Prescott. Since we're going to compare everybody to Dak now that doesn't win.
That's what we do. I mean, but hey, I'll tell you this though. Now he disappeared in the 2012 final, Mike. Speaking of Harden, but he busted the Spurs' ass in 2012 in the Western Conference Finals
When he was in Oklahoma?
Yeah, single-handedly beat the Spurs.
Sure.
Single-handedly, like. We gotta
He
put a
had
little.
lost
We
every
gotta put a
game.
little respect on Harden's name. He can. He can actually. He's really good at basketball.
I know he is.
And the Clippers may win it all this year because he's there.
No way.
Because now Kawhi and Paul George can load manage. Because that's why Harden's brought in.
I also just don't
The
like him
Clippers might
personally.
win a title this year. I don't. Who does?
No one.
I don't want to have a beer with him unless he's paying.
There's a whole lot of girls in this town with stretch marks that love that motherfucker because he goes to that club, takes care of them. They like him, but I don't like him.
You got to make sure you take. Those girls need a union.
Well, he's paid them enough; they don't need a union.
Yeah, let's go throw 30,
I got no
40.
problem with that. I'm just bullshitting.
Me, I know you are.
don't care.
I know you are.
I care about him.
What?
Oklahoma couldn't afford him anymore. That's on them.
Well, they chose to pay Serge Ibaka. That's one thing that Presti screwed up.
Anybody in Houston that would still defend Harden at this point just doesn't know what they're talking about. He fucked that organization up with Daryl Morey's help. Harden's never been a good chemistry guy. He doesn't fit in with people. That's his problem.
That's fair.
He's awesome and doesn't fit in with anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It didn't work in Oklahoma. They couldn't pay you.
Whatever.
But you have chemistry problems with Russell Westbrook in Houston. Okay, I get that.
Chris Paul,
But now you
Dwight
have
Howard.
more chemistry problems in Brooklyn. You watch. In the
Dwight
playoffs, they'll have
Howard,
issues
Chris
in
Paul,
LA.
Westbrook. Everywhere he's gone has been like Embiid. Well, that was more Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers wanted him to be John Stockton.
At some point, Harden's going to get old and his skills will diminish. And I wouldn't be shocked if he had more success
That's
as
fair.
a teammate. Because it's like, oh, shit, I can't do the same things I used to do. And he actually becomes a more well-rounded player in his old age.
That's fair.
I wouldn't be surprised
That's fair.
at all
I'm
if
not
he
mad at
winds up
that.
winning a title in the next 3 or 4 years just because he's not as good. That makes sense?
Yeah, he may win one
He
this year.
has to fit in as a player, as a teammate, because I can't do what I used to do, so let me just go ahead and take on this role, and it winds up serving his team well.
They may win it this
God,
year.
how'd this turn on James Harden?
Shit.
I
don't
just
know.
said it. I wanted to see Embiid win a ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
right.
wouldn't mind it. So I've gotten used to rock bottom marks with the Spurs. It is what it is. They've lost 4 out of 5 on the road trip.
Yeah, they stink.
Wemby's playing well. It's only about watching that kid.
Yeah,
That's
it's again. But yeah,
It's only
whatever.
about watching that kid. All right, to make it all about Dak even further.
Let's do it.
Dak Prescott sucks.
Damn.
It's unfortunate. So yesterday I don't know what motivated you to bring this to the table today. We're about to find out. I think I said something about Dak Prescott being a good leader and Mike McCarthy. I thought McCarthy fooled me. I thought he was I still think you don't win 12 games in a row, you don't win 12 games 3 straight years and win a title with Aaron Rodgers, yes, if you can't coach.
Okay, I'm listening.
McCarthy can coach. I did not think that they would be as soft as they were against the Packers the other day. That was shocking. And so I was wrong about Mike. Mike ultimately failed at the end of the year.
I think Mike can coach.
And we were talking about leadership issues in their room.
On the team.
They love Dak. And I mentioned that Dak is a good leader. But now all of a sudden, what do we have this week? CD's mama's mad. Micah
said-
Parsons' brother's mad.
Dak ain't it.
Dak's brother's mad at those that don't think Dak's it. What you tell me.
Okay.
Do you think Dak is a good enough leader in the room?
No.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. There's no one on the team. We got the footage, LG. There's no one on the team that is cool with kicking people in the ass and going to have uncomfortable conversations. The only way you can have somebody on your team that is not cool with having uncomfortable conversations is going to put foot in someone's ass as if you're Tim Duncan. And what does that mean? Tim could be pat you on the ass, get him next time, because he's one of the 10 greatest basketball players to ever walk the planet. Mm-hmm. And so if a motherfucker ain't doing right, Tim could just be like, okay, I got it. 4 down, y'all get out the way. I'll carry us until y'all get your shit together. Mm-hmm. Dak ain't good enough to be pat you on the ass guy. He has to be the guy that says, what the are we doing? What are we doing? Perfect example, 2020. Tyreek Hill's on the bench crying and moaning and groaning. Man, we've lost to the San Francisco 49ers. I can't believe this shit. Patrick Mahomes went over there and put his foot in his ass. Mm-hmm. What the hell? We're about to go win this game. Get your head out of your ass. Let's go.
Yep.
There's no one on that team that I've seen other than CeeDee Lamb willing to have a conversation that needs to be had that may be a little bit uncomfortable. And when you look back over the history since Jason Garrett era, there's only been 3 guys that are willing to do that. T.O., Des Bryant, and now CD. The problem with that, Mike, when a receiver is that guy, everybody takes it as, motherfucker, you just want the ball. It's not, they don't look at it as like, no, that's CD trying to be a leader. That's Des trying to be a leader. That's T.O. trying to be a leader. Romo's fucking up. Dak's fucking up. Like, I need to go and tell him about himself. It's not about me. I got my numbers. Jerry's gonna give me my $30 million. But the fact is, when it comes from a receiver, everybody takes, I was just a diva receiver. Yeah, he's just worried about himself. No one on the team's doing it. And you say, well, Rudy, the defense is the problem. That's not on CD. You think Joe Flacco or Trent Dilfer ever had to go and talk to the defense on Ray Lewis' team? You think Phil Simms had to go and talk to the defense on Lawrence Taylor's team? Or Brett Favre and Reggie White? No, that's on a whole nother guy. CD's trying to get the offense to get their shit together. It's on number 11 to go and rile up the guys and say, what the fuck are we doing? Everybody's comfortable. Everybody, oh yeah, man, we'll get them next time. And then you go and do your podcast on Tuesday. There's nobody on that team willing to have an uncomfortable conversation. And there's only so much Mike can do. You know, you hear Steve Kerr, you hear Pop sometimes like, I'm done talking to him. They got to figure it out. Like, what else can Mike McCarthy say? When Dak and Micah don't want to take the bull by the horns and jump, how many times we seen Tom Brady jump someone's shit? We seen Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning bitching at each other, going back and forth. Ask Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts sitting there with that stoic look. A.J. Brown's cussing him out. Goddard's cussing him out. Jalen Hurts just sitting there. That's why their ass is at home too, because your dog got to be a dog. There's no dogs over there. There's not one dog over there. There is one. His number's 88, and then no one takes it serious because it looks like the selfish receiver diva shit. They've had 3 leaders in the last 20 years, and they're all receivers, and that's why no one takes it serious. They ran T.O. out, they ran Dez out, and after CD gets his money and Jerry gets his ROI on it, they're going to run him out because Jerry protects his quarterback. Jerry's going to always side with his quarterback because his quarterback won't be the dog he's supposed to be. Mike is more worried about defending Brock Purdy on Tuesday than telling his damn run defense to get their shit together. He's more worried about talking shit to Skip Bayless than he is telling this defense, like, dude, we haven't stopped the run in 2 years. Worry about that. Why are you worried about Skip and Shannon and everybody talking shit about players? If you having all these uncomfortable conversations with media members, but you can't tell DeMarcus Lawrence or your linebackers or your safeties to get their shit together. No dogs over there, and there's only one, and no one cares.
For years, one of the things that has...
My bad, I told you.
No.
Go ahead.
No, it's your channel.
Yeah.
For years, one of the... Well, I guess it's still the case, is that when things were going well, then we had good leadership. As long as things were going well. Wade Phillips, we love Wade. It's great. He's great. We get along with him. Everything's well. We're winning games. Then all of a sudden something gets hard. You lose some games. Guys get hurt. And all of a sudden Wade's like, well. Now all of a sudden you're not a leader. when things don't go well for the Cowboys, then all of a sudden, that's when the leadership has to step up. The hard, awkward conversations that have to happen within a company, within a family, within a locker room, maybe they're not happening. And maybe that's why is that what you're saying? Like when things are well, the Dak's my boy, but all of a sudden now things aren't going well.
Dude.
Dak doesn't have the balls to go in there and set people straight. And you're right. CeeDee Lamb shouldn't have to be the only guy that's like, hey, what's going on?
It comes across as the selfish wide receiver diva type shit when it's CeeDee. It's like, dude, you're just worried about because he's not throwing you the ball. No, I'm trying to light a fire. No one over there is willing to have those conversations that you have to have. And the only way you can be the pat on the butt guy is if you're one of the greats. Mm-hmm. That's the only way that works. Any other way that's why people hate, like, not everybody wanted to play with Kobe. People don't consider him a great leader. It's not easy to play with certain dudes. We saw in The Last Dance, it's not easy to play with Michael Jordan. It ain't easy to play with Tom Brady. It's not easy to be Tiger Woods' caddy because there's going to be a certain level of excellence that's demanded. There's going to be a certain level of excellence demanded, and there's nobody over there demanding excellence, and there's only so far Mike McCarthy can go.
Yeah, they demand excellence when they're beating the shit out of Washington and New York.
They're front runners.
Then we demand excellence.
They're front runners.
Then
like, I don't want to take the hat. I ain't taking that NFC East championship.
I'll tell you. I'm just trying to. I like Dak. I don't think I think Dak needs to go as soon as possible.
Damn. And you ready to run him out?
Well, yeah, like yesterday.
Yeah, I got you.
Like I said, it's time to. If you're not going to run him out, it's time to start trying to find his replacement, and that has to do with what he does in big games. It may take 2 years to find the next guy, and maybe Dak's still your starter next year and the year after, but you need to be finding that guy now. And if Dak doesn't like it, then maybe he's a puss. Too bad. Like the Packers, they don't stop bringing in quarterbacks. The Niners don't stop bringing in quarterbacks. These teams, they keep stocking the position. This goes back to what I was saying yesterday.
Right.
You would think that with all the cameras and NFL films and just how invasive cameras and mics are, you would think that at some point we would have some video after 8 years being the Cowboys starter of number 4.
Where's the uncomfortable conversation?
Jumping in some asses
but he's
during
not
a game.
You can't make somebody that, Mike. So what I'm saying is you're going to have to find it somewhere else.
It should be from that position.
I can't make Dak a get-in-your-face guy because then it comes across fake. Everybody's going to know it's fake.
Aikman would get in dudes' asses. You know, Danny White would get in guys' asses. Roger literally had a fist fight with Craig Morton in the locker room.
And guess what? We're cool afterwards.
Yeah.
We're cool afterwards. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you got other dogs with you, that's like, oh, yo, yeah, we got into it, but we're good.
Even those Ravens. You mentioned Ray Lewis. But at some point, though, Flacco also probably at some point, you would think, needed to. I don't know if he did. I'm sure he did. Hell, they won the title. Maybe he didn't. But the quarterback with every team, I don't care who your other guys are. The quarterback also has to have big alpha balls in the room, too.
He's got to.
It's great if we got Ray Lewis. It's great if we got Ed Reed ball busting. That's great. But I'm the quarterback of this fucker. They're giving me $42 million.
Come on.
I'm with Ray. Y'all need to get your shit together. At some point, the quarterback that must be part of it.
Right. After I'm sacked 4 times. Yeah.
Of Aikman.
Tons.
I think I know what you're about to play.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. This is NFL films. This is Aikman finally he'd had enough of Barry Switcher's bullshit and all of the crap that was going on and the lack of attention to detail and the mailing it in. This is an epic meltdown by Aikman one night 30 years ago. Yeah. Go ahead, LG.
Hey, guys, that's a embarrassment out there. That's a damn embarrassment. We can't block anybody up the now we're hugging the ball early. Junior League. Somebody's got to get their attention, and I'll tell you, Jack, I am tired of being a guy who's got to run down everybody's damn throat all the time. Why don't we have a coach that gets over there and does something about it? Instead, we want to go over and pat everybody on the ass, and they haven't done a job all night. Guys out there off, and nobody says anything about it. We got a head coach that won't say anything about it. We got coaches offensively that won't do anything about it. I mean, enough's enough. Babysitting's over.
Just win. And the thing about it is, Mike, it ain't in him. It ain't in him. So guess what? You're just not going to win. They're not going to win.
It's time to find his replacement.
They're not going to win. And again, I've seen it with Mahomes. You've seen Mahomes, and shout out to Bieniemy for it. I've seen him and Bieniemy jumping in each other's shit.
Mm-hmm. I seen him
before when he was still with the Chiefs. Like I've seen Brady like get your shit together. Like Dak, you've been sacked 4 times. The offensive line don't need to get cussed out. And it could be respectfully. I'm not saying you calling nobody bitches, but you at some point, aren't you like tired?
Biatch.
Especially when you know it's all on you. That's why LeBron got the way he would. LeBron got a little bit tougher throughout his career because you know what he realized? Like, y'all motherfuckers y'all ain't gonna be on First Take and get up all morning. I am. I'm gonna be the guy that they're saying they can't get it done. They ain't gonna be talking about Richard Jefferson or Tristan Thompson. Mm-hmm. The whole world's gonna be saying I suck and I can't get it done. That's why I'm not Jordan. So you know what? I'm gonna jump y'all's ass until y'all get it right, and we're gonna figure this shit out. That's why, and again, Dak knows this and still won't do anything about it. And maybe he just feels like maybe he knows he can't get it done. I don't know.
You would think that through all these years of Dak being the quarterback, we'd have at least one time where he jumped some asses. Now, we don't know if he's not done that
behind closed doors. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
We don't know that, but you'd have thought you would think by now that would have gotten out. The way everything gets out up there, because everything does because of who they are, because everybody leaks everything. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe Dak's not, and if it's not in him, it's not in him.
It ain't in him.
And it wasn't like Tim screamed at his own players all the time, but he had that fear factor where you didn't want to let him down.
You didn't want to let him down. And Tim could be like, hey, man, just keep shooting. Because at the end of the, like, if Dak was a top 10 quarterback of all time, then you can take that approach because your abilities allow you to overcome that.
Yeah. There's also video of Tim going over when Tony Parker was getting into a melee and grabbing Tony by the back of the jersey and saying, get your ass out of there, dude.
He led differently, but he could do that.
Yeah.
He could do that because he's one of the greatest to ever walk the planet.
I can give you many examples of Cowboys players over the last handful of years that have said, Dak's our guy. We love that guy. He's our guy. But maybe you can love somebody and never have a fight with them. And we're not saying you have to have fights in the locker room, but I think eventually it becomes you would think just naturally there'd be some guys that are pretty pissed off in that room because they go all out all season, sacrifice their bodies, only to get their ass kicked by the Packers like that. I didn't see one guy show anger the other day.
No.
It was pure humiliation. They laid down, pulled their dress up, and showed their ass.
And then they quit.
Yeah.
Then they quit.
And if they had real leadership, because real leadership requires it to be hard on occasion. To have those awkward conversations. Hey, you said this and it pissed me off. Oh, my God, I'm sorry. My bad. Or, hey, you fucked up on the route. Or, you need to get your shit together. Or, I don't care if you had a fight with your lady last night. We got a goddamn game right now. Let's go. They don't have that. You're right.
Everybody likes you. You're not a true leader.
No, you're not.
Because if you're a real leader, there's a few guys on the team that they're tired of you riding them. They're tired of you riding them.
Yeah, it's not. You don't have. No, you can't be. I'm not talking about being. Terrell Owens was an asshole 24/7.
That's different. That's totally different.
T.O. went in there because he was convinced that Romo
and Witten
was boyfriends with Witten, and
It's my quarterback.
But then you get Romo. You get T.O. crying in the locker room after another playoff meltdown, defending him. But I think in the case of T.O., 90% of the time that was just him being a diva. What CD did this past season, that showed leadership. And you know how I know it was leadership, and I know you know the answer.
What's that?
Well, because they immediately started playing better. CD had to go in there and do the hard part because Dak didn't do it. Tony Pollard didn't do it. Mike McCarthy didn't do it. CD Lamb had to go in there and get pissed and flip a table and say, let's go. It wasn't because it wasn't get me the ball because I need to get my numbers. It was get me the ball because we're losing games. Get me the ball, spread the ball out more, and get it to me. And then when they'll start double teaming me, then you can throw the ball, whatever, you know what I mean? Because there's a trickle down effect. That was leadership. Yeah. And maybe, you know what? And now I've sat here listening to your rants. You're right. You cannot sit here definitively and say Dak Prescott is a true leader in that room.
There ain't one over there.
When there's no evidence of him ever getting in anybody's ass.
There's not one over there. Again, Micah spends more energy battling the media than he does getting his defense's shit together.
Correct.
That's right. That's disgusting because you are otherworldly talented.
Yeah.
You're otherworldly talented. Like Dak isn't. Dak is an above average quarterback. He's above average quarterback. Micah has done things in his first 3 years that only Reggie White and some other guys have done. So you can do that, but you choose not to. You choose to spend all your energy arguing with media. and not your damn defense that can't stop a gosh dang nosebleed. They sucked against Jordan Love. Sucked. 48 in your crib?
And quit when it got hard and didn't fight.
They
tapped.
The other fight, he spent all year fighting the refs too. I forgot about that. He fights with the refs and he fights with the media.
Cowboys
Screw
tapped
Michael
out
Parsons.
after Dak's pick six. That was they half-assed the rest of the night. It was 27-0. They tapped out.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have good leadership if you're tapping out.
Right.
Even if you're having arguments in the locker room, if you're still tapping out at 27-0, whoever the people that are doing, and there's a lot of times guys will try to be that guy.
Right.
And you can't do that if it's not natural.
No. It's got to be
leader.
organic.
Or you can't. Your kicker can't be the guy that busts balls. Your free safety can't be the guy that busts balls.
It can't be your receiver either. It can't.
Or
be.
even your
It's
middle
proven.
linebacker. Ray Lewis was an anomaly. Not every middle linebacker can take over his room the way Ray did.
Or Mike Singletary. There's a few guys, right?
It's got to be the face of your franchise,
Period.
and in this case, it's got to be on Dak, and he doesn't have it in him. Which is all it does is feed the case.
We accept
that it's time to move on. Even if it takes 2 years, it's time to start moving on.
Just take your we had the best rated team. We had the best rated game all year. Just keep winning that. That's the Cowboys trophy every year. Well, we had the highest rated game since 1994. Okay,
sure, we're
cool.
worth $10 billion.
Yeah.
That's all that Jerry cares about. Well, I mean, it's not all he cares about, but he doesn't care about winning enough. They don't do everything you have to do to win. They don't do all of the things required to win.
No.
They do some of the things required to win. They don't do all of them. When it gets hard.
When it's a little pushback.
The hard ones,
when it's
they
a little
don't do.
pushback, yeah.
Welcome Rocky Lopez, who just became a member of this show.
What up, Rocky?
We invite you to become a paid member. It's only $6. It's the same price of a Starbucks coffee. It's $6 a month to become a member of this show. And take our word for it. I'm looking at the camera. Take our word for it in the building, follower. You're going to want to become a member soon because this show is about to start unleashing a lot of members-only content. We're going to give you a good taste every day. But going to be some things it's going to cost you $6 a month, which is nothing. We do 20. What do we do on the average a month? 20 shows a month. $6
like
for
that.
20 shows. That's pretty good.
And not only that, it's $6.
It's $6. That's it.
You got Paramount, you got Apple, you got Hulu, and you don't watch none of that shit.
What's an Express Nudes?
I don't know.
Express Nudes.
Express Nudes?
What's an Express
I'm
News?
down with that, too.
I misspoke. An Express News subscription these days is more than $6 a month. I just dropped my subscription to the New York Times because I need money.
Subscribing to the New York Times for?
I love the New York Times. I've read it all my life. However, last month I needed to start cutting some costs till we get this show built up where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I'll go back to $18 a month. It was $2 to start for 6 months, and then they hit you with their regular fees. I'm paying $18 a month to have the New York Times.
$18 a month?
Yeah, $18. And then the Express News, I think, is $12. This show is only $6.
$18 a month. I'm stuck on that.
It's a good paper. I like it. And they also now, The Athletic has all their sports stuff in the New York Times.
I thought Athletic is $1 a month, though.
But The Athletic, if you
It's
have
not
a
a
subscription to the New York Times, you get The Athletic with it.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
I got my money's worth, but I had to cut some costs. Point being, even for that, it's still $18 a month
Hell
to
yeah,
get
that's
all
a
that.
lot of money.
For us, our members only stuff is only $6 a month, and I appreciate Rocky for becoming a member.
Y'all go sign up, man. Become members. Don't
There's
be
a
like
difference between being a subscriber and a member. We want subscribers, no doubt.
that. Right.
But that's free. So it's subscribe for free, but we love you even harder if you become a member. That's only $6 a month. All right?
All right.
I didn't know this existed till he sent this to me the other morning.
Yeah, play this because I got to piss.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got to get used to not being able to pee.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
This is almost like being in a deer blind.
I'm sorry. Well, you can get up anytime you want.
When does the
I can carry it. Just say you got to go.
When does the red zone guy take a leak? I feel like I'm hosting the red zone.
Oh, yeah. He probably doesn't drink any water. Take a piss. We'll wait for you.
I don't care. No, I'm
I
good
can
right
read
now.
some. I can read
I'm
some
getting
stuff.
older.
Are you sure?
The
Make
bladder's-
sure you go right before the show, mijo, so
I
you don't
know.
have to go while we're in the car.
Sound like my mom.
Dude,
go ahead.
yesterday, I held it for 20 minutes. It was bad. Toward the end of the show,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. It makes your balls hurt.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
No. So
It's not blue balls, but it makes
no,
it hurt.
that's a different kind of pain.
Yeah, that's a different type of pain.
That's a different. You got to pee. You ever had to pee like on an airplane? I had to pee so
I
bad.
hate peeing on airplanes.
A couple of flights ago, I was flying to Hawaii.
Yeah, that's a flight.
And I fell asleep. And I woke up, we were getting ready to land. And they're like, the captain's put on the seatbelt, we're getting ready to land, so no one can get up anymore. I'm like, oh, shit. They always do that last call. If you need to go to the restroom, do it now, because in 30 minutes, we're going to put the seatbelts only on. Yeah, I had to hold that whole thing, the whole landing, the process. 30 minutes had to go so bad, dude. I was in pain. I actually was looking around like, I may have to go in a cup. I'm going to wind up on TMZ here in this damn airplane because I might be pissing in a cup. I had to go so bad. It was agonizing. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital because of kidney problems. So I understand if you got to go.
No, I'm good.
Just go.
I'm good right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
The other morning, I was driving to meet you at the golf course.
Oh, yeah.
He sent this to me, and I almost wrecked the car. So LG and I, this is our third different stint working together, he and I. DJ LG, this show in the building, Love You Hard TV. None of this stuff would exist.
Not without LG.
Not without LG.
Well, Edgar. He's Edgar for now.
If it weren't for LG talking me into this, I'd still be making a lot of money on terrestrial radio. But damn it, I took a leap of faith with LG, and he took a leap of faith with me, and now you jumped in here with us too.
Let's get it.
And so he and I obviously have known each other for a long time, and I had no idea this existed. So we did the math on this. I even called Jim Bob to ask him, when's your birthday? It's November the 14th. So what you're about to hear was probably November the 13th.
Yes.
What year?
2011.
Wow.
Good Lord.
This is the first time. See, LG had actually ran my old show before because I was on a remote, and Jim Bob would come out with me. So LG would run the show back at the studio because I like to take JB with me when we would do remotes, get him off the board, just let him chill. And so he had run our show before, but I'd never actually laid eyes on him. Showed up to work one day and realized, oh, Jim Bob's not coming in. LG, the new guy's in. I never even knew what he looked like.
It was your first time meeting him.
Ever. And it happened to be on the air.
Yeah, I had ran a remote that y'all did at
we just
Firehouse Subs or something like that. But I'd never seen you face to face.
Correct. And I showed up and just started doing the show without even really introducing myself to him. So at some point, I'm like, oh, I guess I should recognize this new dude. I had no idea this existed. This is the very first time me and LG, and believe me, this is LG. It doesn't sound like him.
You sound like my
like
voice hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah, this is 2011 Lawrence. This is me and Lawrence literally introducing ourselves to each other live on KTKR radio in 2011.
All right, if you hear how quiet it is because Bear didn't go to work today, two reasons. One, tomorrow's his birthday. He's going to be 27, and he still celebrates his birthday by taking days off, which I find very weird. And according to him, he would have had to have left early anyway because crap on the listener season's here, so whatever. There's a new dude in the room today. I'll pull back the curtain. Some dude named Lawrence is in here. I think didn't you run the show before when Jim Bob was with me at Freetail?
Yes, sir.
Oh, welcome to the establishment.
Good to be here.
What's your bit?
I don't really have a bit.
Okay.
I'm the WOAI overnight guy.
Really? That's why I don't know who you are.
Exactly. They got me on the overnighters.
Are you full-time or part-time?
I am part-time.
What's your shift normally overnight?
Midnight to 8 a.m.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Do you have a day job?
I actually DJ at different bars and clubs around
okay,
town,
so at least you're out late a lot.
Yes.
Okay, so you sleep late a lot during the day.
I do, yes.
Okay. Do you have to work tonight?
Yes, I do have to do the high school football show at 11.
Yeah.
And then coast to coast till 5 a.m.
Oh, my God, man.
Yep. And I did the morning drive this morning, too, as well.
You did?
Yep. And coast to coast last night.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Good Lord, man. You look young like me, by the way.
That's a good thing.
Lawrence what?
Goins.
Goins?
Like coins, but with a G.
Uh-huh. Wasn't there a football player named like Ryan Goins?
Yeah, for A&M or something like that.
Okay. I don't know. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Okay. You look Mexican, but with a name like Goins, I'm questioning it.
Filipino
and
Chinese.
Okay. A
little bit of Irish.
Really?
Yep.
Filipino, Chinese, Irish.
Yes, sir.
Because I was going to say, because Goings really, it's not Filipino.
No.
You a big fan of that Manny Pacquiao?
I am.
I thought I'd stereotype question you for funsies. Well, welcome, man. How long have you been working for us?
Since August.
Oh, boy, that shows what an elitist blank hole I am. He's been here since August. I'm sorry. He's never run the show. I get here at 3:30 every day, and I'm out at 7:02. Well, you must be doing something decent. They wouldn't have you doing all this fill-in work.
I hope so.
Okay. Well, God, dude, when are you going to sleep?
Good question.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, something like that.
God, so wait, so you're done at 7 and you're not back till 11 now?
Yes.
So you've got a little downtime to kill.
Yeah, I'll probably take a nap.
All right, well, what's your story? You're 27. That's not young, man. How'd you get here? I guess you should give me like the 1-minute version.
Okay. I applied online.
Okay.
And Barry hired me.
Okay. You got lucky.
Yeah.
But you're obviously doing the job. Have you done radio ever before now?
Yes, I actually was sports director at Texas State.
Oh, God. Oh, sports director, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, yeah. You told everybody what to do. At Texas State?
Yep.
Okay. You were okay. Well, you weren't there when JB was there, were you?
Nah, he left the semester before me, but if he was there, I would have been his boss.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Well, welcome, Lawrence. You need a new name, by the way. Lawrence Goins is not radio friendly. Go by like Cat Johnson or something.
I like that one. The porn star name is Lee McCormick.
Lee McCormick?
Yes, sir.
That's your name for the rest of your career.
All right.
How do you not roll with Lee McCormick?
I don't know.
I'm running over. All right, Get Nasty's next. We're going to talk to Booty Rochelle, but first here's the Cars and Jane.
Good evening. Taking a look at the northeast side now on I-35 northbound.
Oh, we did traffic, too. And
what the hell is Get Nasty?
Man, Get Nasty.
What segment was that?
An old buddy of mine from the Metro Sex who did radio with me up there, Randy Myers. We called him the Nasty Boy.
Okay.
He had a segment in those days once a week where he'd come on and because he had access to the Cowboys locker room. He was our Cowboys insider.
Gosh.
I mean,
no, I feel you.
Just an excuse to put my buddy on the air. But he was good, but wow.
How about Lawrence's voice?
Yeah.
Was that how you sounded?
His
or
balls
was that
hadn't
just
dropped yet, man.
You could hear I was nervous, too.
Yeah, he was
like,
nervous.
oh, this is the first time I've turned the mic on.
Because he was like, why is this guy coming to me? He obviously didn't know Mike. Mike made a few board ops famous.
Yeah, some of them too famous.
Yeah, I didn't know you were so involved with pulling back the curtain at that point.
Oh, well, no one wants to hear one dude yell into a mic for 3 hours. If you're sitting in the room and you have a mic near you, you're going to wind up having to use it working with me. That's just how it's going to be. I don't like to sit there and talk to myself all damn day.
No, nobody wants to do
Damn,
that.
Before I had that, I didn't think I had known you for 20 years, but
that's 2011?
Yeah. I mean, 10 years. 10 years.
Yeah.
Not
Whoa,
20 years.
speed.
No, I didn't think I'd known you for a decade yet, but then I saw that 2011. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. That was cool. Where did you find that? Did you have that all this time?
I found a whole old hard drive that I had, and it was just on there. I guess I cut it out because I was proud of it. My first moment on the air.
If anybody dealing with some cocky ass dude like me too,
Ugh.
what's your bit, bro?
Yeah, you were 4 years.
The
now.
first time I ran your show, though, when you were on a remote with Jim Bob, I didn't know the format of the show. And we would play that move, bitch, get out the way, bed for the traffic.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the breaks, the quarter-hour breaks floated. That means they're not, you can take the break whenever you want, basically.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was a hard out for the traffic. So I played the bed.
Did I get mad?
And you got mad. You were like, well, I guess I'm done with my segment. Let's go to Jane Bray with the damn traffic.
You got to remember.
the cars,
you got
Jane.
all mad at me. And I was who the hell is this making me go to traffic right now? I'm like, what the?
This is 2011. Mike found his stride. He's still a young man. Yeah, he was feeling himself.
No, that's me being a leader is what that is.
Oh,
I'm going to bring this back to the segment.
Yo, don't do that. But
Jack.
it's kind of true, but I feel you.
Jack, you'd be like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We can go to break.
Right.
We can go to break now. No. We're trying to do a kick-ass show here.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. And in a Greg Popovichian, one of Greg Popovich's edicts that I will abide by is we have to have all those conversations, not just the fun ones and the easy ones. When things are hard or someone fucks up, someone sleeps in, there's a fight, I say something stupid, trying to be funny, and you don't like it, whatever it is. Just like a family with a married couple, a true good relationship's going to have
Uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, when it's necessary,
Yeah.
because as long as it's not toxic and you know how to argue,
Right.
and it doesn't turn into, well, fuck you, bitch. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna football. You fucking my brother. You know, all that.
Yeah.
Not that.
Right.
Healthy. Not dysfunctional. Not dysfunctional, difficult conversations. Functional. Prospering.
And Dak don't want that.
And in those days, with my radio show, with our radio show, there was a way to be. And here's the other thing.
What's that?
I knew if I was kind of a dick to you as a young board op, and you were cool and you fought through it, or maybe you gave it back to me a little bit, then I knew you were legit.
You knew it was legit, yeah. If
you wilted, we were done. And that's happened a couple of times.
Well, damn. Sorry, Kobe.
Yeah. I'm going to go over and grab Sasha Vujacic by the ear and call him a bitch during practice. Kobe. And if he gets mad and quits and
Then
rants, I don't want him on the team anyway.
I can't count on him in crunch time.
But if he
for
says,
sure.
fuck you, bro, and he comes at me and dunks on my ass, and then we're like high-fiving. No, look, Kobe is the extreme example.
Yeah, it was a little
of
bit much. He was a bit
hard
much.
love.
It was a bit much.
Right. That was, but you knew what you were getting into with Kobe, which is why, like, I look back on that, like, they brought Dwight Howard to him. Oh, my God. Kobe was going to eat his ass alive, and not the way Dwight wants him to eat his ass.
Wow. Jesus. Yo.
Dwight is an ass eater.
We all are.
No, Dwight wants his eaten too.
Oh.
You saw Dwight's got issues these days.
What
was that dude's name that Dwight had sex with the other guy? And they brought the tranny.
No, only thing is he's a switch hitter, but that's cool.
No, it is cool. But I'm saying Dwight's cool with that kind of eating ass. Had Kobe wanted to do it like that, that's wonderful.
He'd have been down.
But what I'm like being mean and violent in order to get you to play to the best of your
responded
abilities.
well. I mean, Pau Gasol turned into a Hall of Famer because of Kobe.
Correct. Powell went in there soft, little Spaniard European.
Hadn't been out the first round.
Hair. Kobe got up in his ass, and not that way, but the hard way.
I have to address something there because you said we all do. I don't go there, bro.
You don't eat ass? Well, hang on. Let's compartmentalize that topic for a second. Let me finish my point. I can't work with Dwight Howard.
No.
But I can work with Pau Gasol.
For
Dwight
sure.
Howard is 10 times more skilled than Pau Gasol. But Pau's a Hall of Famer and Dwight's not.
I think Pau's more skilled, but Dwight's more talented.
That's fine.
More
Okay,
athletic.
fine.
Whatever.
Let's go with that. My point stands. Had Dwight put the work in that Pau did, then Dwight would have a lot more success as a ball player. LaMarcus Aldridge comes to mind. Here's a 35-year-old Tim Duncan who has to wear a knee brace every game. You come into the team and y'all go for a workout. You know this story with him and Tim working out in the summer? The first year Aldridge was here.
Yeah.
Aldridge couldn't get through Timmy's workout. Timmy wanted to bond with Aldridge. Let's go work out, man. And Aldridge is like, cool, I want to do all the shit you do in the offseason. Tim's like, cool. And so we're going to go run up mountains. We're going to push giant tractor tires for a mile.
I remember this.
And Aldridge is tapping out halfway through, and that's when Tim knew he ain't got it. He ain't it.
No, he ain't it.
He ain't it.
He ain't it.
From the neck up.
Yeah, no.
He got the cojones.
Dwight was so bad, he made Kobe call Shaq and say, dude, I'm sorry. And you keep in mind how much those two were beefing. He called Shaq like, dude, I had no idea how good I had it until I got Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, Shaq may show up fat, whatever, but come crunch time, he's going to be ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you bring Powell in, and Kobe turns him into a champion.
But not everybody
can deal with that.
Right.
And I'm not like that with my board ops, but I'm not soft either. It needs to be organic, but we need to be dudes, and we're gonna look. I say, and again, did I ever like upset you? Have I ever pissed you off on the air?
I hope so.
Like embarrassed you? I have been racist towards you.
What do you mean by
you've never really
racist? How?
His nickname for a month was Larry Pacquiao.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
Because when I found out that he was Filipino and his name is Lawrence Goines, I'm like, that doesn't roll off the tongue. I thought, well, he's Filipino. Do you like Manny Pacquiao? Well, yeah.
He has his picture up.
What Filipino doesn't like Manny Pacquiao?
Congressman Manny Pacquiao.
Congressman Pacquiao.
Basketball extraordinaire.
Accomplished pop singer Manny Pacquiao.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
I called him Larry Pacquiao for a good, how long? 2-3 months?
Yeah, it was a while. Yeah.
Probably racist a little bit. So, but I never like pissed you off like where you wanted to fight me or I can't do this.
You have built up my character a little bit. You've exaggerated some things, but it hasn't pissed me off.
He downplays all that balling he does when he goes to Asia. He goes to Asia. He's an American dude, and he's Asian. Shit.
That's not an advantage.
There's a waiting list to hook up with LG in Bali when he goes over there. Yes, dude.
They like them white boys. If they had a choice between full white or mixed, they're going full white.
Yeah, but they ain't got a white boy to choose from, and you're around. You're up, Bubba.
We'll see.
You're up, Bubba.
What country we talking about?
Indonesia.
Oh,
yeah.
There's
a few of them.
Bali, Jakarta,
Southeast Asia.
Never been.
Me neither.
I suck at geography.
Most Americans have not. He's been trying to get me to go.
I got family over there.
When Nina and I get on our feet with these shows we're doing, we'll have to make it a field trip. That's one thing we need to do on this show. You and I need to take a field trip with our ladies.
To where?
I don't know. It could be to Lubbock. I don't care. We need to. I think it'd be a good bit. If you can, we should take the show on the road and do this show around. I just don't look. I love this city, and we're a San Antonio-based show, as I said yesterday. But I'd like to. God forbid we regionalize this show, and they'll love us. Our people will love us from San Antonio. They love when they see local guys do well outside of the city.
For sure.
We start getting a little traction here in other towns. We should go to Corpus. We should go to Laredo. I don't know. We should go to Dallas. I don't care.
I'm down.
We should take little road trips and do our show in other places.
I love a road trip
with the women. That'd be great.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be great. We need to our women need to meet.
I know damn sure I can't go to Asia without her.
No. Dallas for a day, maybe.
I've heard stories. I ain't gonna be able to go to Asia. I ain't gonna be able to go to Asia without her. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, our first field trip is Thursday.
Where
Texas
we going?
Cheer Liquor.
Oh, that's right. I was like, what?
This show's first remote. We'll come down this Thursday in the building with me and Rudy, and LG will be live from 11 to 1-ish or so.
That's the good thing about the pod. LG gets to come with us. You know,
Yeah,
normally with
he
radio,
has to, or we can't do it.
Yeah, radio, you have to stay in the studio. You don't get to have any fun. You don't get any samples. And so.
Yeah, no. This is a 3-man show for sure. We're not here without him. And I'll tell you this, and I'll make my point about the remote, but I knew he could hack right away. He's just skilled. And he also is passionate, and he works his fucking balls off.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. Not trying to get all lovey-dovey and weird.
Yeah, you're getting a little mushy.
He puts the time in.
Yeah, he does.
I've never had to. I don't have to tell him when
you don't
to
have to
get
babysit
here.
him.
I don't have to babysit him. He's here to win. He does what he has to do, and so that's why it's worked out. Dingus wanted to beat my ass up first time we met.
I cussed Dingus out one time during a break, and
I cussed him out.
Yeah, I got in trouble. I don't remember what happened,
Boy, Dingus is a hot-headed dude.
Yeah, he was pissed.
He
was pissed. I don't remember how it happened, but I cussed Dingus out. It was during a commercial break.
Okay. Well, see, I used to.
But we're good now. That's my guy.
Okay.
My guy. We're good. Like that's my guy.
No, I love Johnny. Yeah. To this day, we talk all the time still. But the first time we met, he's this young kid, clearly 18,
21,
19.
if that. Right.
And he had a Chauncey Billups jersey on, with no T-shirt underneath the jersey at the office.
He was a kid.
Yeah, that's what I came. So I had to coach Jim Bob on his attire. Look, obviously I'm not. You don't have to dress like a professional. But like JB's in cargo shorts, fucking Texas State hat on backwards, with a wife beater on. Here's Dingus, who's came in there to learn the board with Jim Bob. Dingus has the baby blue Denver Nuggets Chauncey jersey.
Nice. And you destroyed him.
And Dingus loves this jersey. He loves Chauncey Billups. He thinks that jersey's the shit. And he's at the station, but he doesn't wear. It's fine. You want to wear a basketball jersey to work? That's fine. But you should wear an under T-shirt.
You wanted to go Patrick Ewing, Georgetown.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you.
And Dingus is
just on a professional level, showing up in a tank top to work is weird.
A barrel-chested man, as Dingus is.
Yeah, for sure.
And I so we go to break, and I notice Johnny's in there, and I just hit the button. JB, who's that? Jim and Dingus looks up, and Jim Bob goes, "Oh, that's John. That's John." This is before we called him Dingus. That's John. He's going to learn how to run the board. So I don't, because I wanted to get JB off the board.
Yeah.
I wanted Jim Bob to sit in the room with me. He could still be this producer, but I wanted to get a different board off because JB was wearing all these hats. I'm training this guy John to run the board. I go, oh, okay, and I go, they'll let anybody do radio in this town. And Dingus goes,
he was ready to fight.
Dude, all of them, that big barrel chest just does this. Oh my God!
He was ready to fight.
He was gonna. Jim Bob had to stop him from coming in there. Like, dude, you're gonna throw your career away. Don't.
Yeah.
And John cooled down. He was chill.
But that's when you knew he
ran
could
the
rock
board,
with you.
And then we interacted on the air, and then I got to know. Yes.
Yeah, you got to be a dog.
Yeah, sometimes.
You got to be a dog. You got to stand up for yourself. Nobody wants a doormat.
Right. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
I was being an asshole, but I was kidding.
But you were serious.
It was an asshole.
But you were serious.
Yeah.
You were serious.
Yeah. But he never wore the jersey again. Here's the thing. He was not going to not wear that jersey.
Because he had to show you that screw you, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't wear.
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You want me to run your board
Respect.
or not? You want me to run a tight board? Who gives a shit what I'm wearing?
Yeah, respect.
And that was his attitude, and I knew, okay, he's got something. See?
Shout out to
a lot
Dingus.
of young kids don't handle criticism in the workplace the way they should.
Oh God, don't get me started. We could do 2 hours.
It doesn't even necessarily need to be criticism. Just, constructive instructions.
But it's our fault.
Well, because we raised them.
We raised them.
We're raising a bunch
We raised them soft.
We're raising a bunch of ass-eating Dwight Howards. We got to get out of that.
Yeah.
We need some more Sasha Vujicic's and Pal Gasols.
Yeah. Texas Cheer Liquor Thursday. Pull up on us.
Thursday. Yes. Our
Number
first
9.
remote.
Yeah.
We'll be here Thursday at 11 o'clock at Texas Cheer Liquor. And you can go on your phone and put, I don't want to say it, because if I say Siri, she's going to pop up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Siri don't listen to me.
Really? Oh,
No.
she gets in my way all the time.
No, Siri don't listen to me.
No, this is the Texas Cheer Liquor at 1604 in Culebra, in the Culebra Common shopping area. Is there a Perry's Pizza in there somewhere?
They're right
What's
next
that name?
to
There's a
Viva 313.
Oh, the Detroit place.
Yeah.
There's a Detroit pizza place next
really
door.
good.
It is. Actually, AD bought me some the other day.
Yeah.
I think there's like a little workout place there.
Little workout place.
Right on the side of 1604 in Culebra. You'll see the
Is that
Texas
Hot
Cheer.
Works?
Hot Works.
It's
That's
a Hot
what it
Works,
is. Yeah,
yeah.
it's right next to Hot Works. And you'll see the Texas Cheer signs. But that's where we'll be Thursday, me and Rudy and LG, our first ever remote as a show. Welcome Robert Nieto. He's Tier 1 member. Esteban R., Tier 1 subscriber. Thank you for your donations today. Greg Castanella, which, by the way, if I mentioned you can give us money during this show, which we support very much. Steve, here's $2. Good prostate health to you boys. You know what? It's funny he wrote that, but not because I told you I need to go out and get me I need a colonoscopy.
Me too.
It's that time. I'm fine, but I'm going to be 50 this year, and I got kids, and I got a lady who loves me, and I got a show now that I got a new partner. I need to stay in good health.
I heard 4 kids to feed. I heard you could have an orgasm while he's playing with your booty.
Oh, man.
Would you be embarrassed?
Another Dwight Howard joke just popped into my brain. Like climax? Wait.
That's what I've heard.
Some men shoot a wad while getting a colonoscopy. I thought you were under. You're not aware.
I don't know,
of that.
man. It could be urban legend. I'm sure there's somebody in Thunderdome that's busted one
Don't
off.
get me wrong. I'm fine with,
Is there a proctologist in the building?
I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you right now before you say something that you're going to regret. I'm going to stop you right now.
Rudy, the anus has millions of nerves.
I'm good, bro.
Nerve endings.
I'm good.
You don't roll
bro.
that way.
We're chilling.
You be a typical black man. Y'all don't do that kind of thing.
There's plenty of black men that get their booties played with. That's not a thing.
Do you perform cunnilingus?
What's that mean?
Do you go down on women?
Do I go down on women?
Yes.
A woman? My wife?
Yes. Is
what
that
do you
too
mean?
much?
In what way?
I've read. I'm just trying to get to know you.
Oh,
That's
you
all we're
read
doing. We're just getting to know each other.
you read
That's all
that
we're
black
doing.
men don't like going down?
That's right.
Are you serious?
I have read that. Maybe I don't know where I read it. Maybe it was a racist book.
I hate when I don't speak for the all black men. You know what I mean?
We're just we're hanging out. We're getting to know each
I don't
other. We're
speak
buddies.
for all black
We're
men,
buddies
but
now.
no, I've never had an issue with that.
That's good to hear it.
No,
I love doing that. It makes me last longer.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, I don't know if Jesus is the right word for this conversation.
I could do that and be good for the day. Eventually, you need to have.
We're not doing that.
No, we got to keep
I gotta
going.
get mine.
Yeah. Once you've crossed the 50, you got to go to the end zone.
Right.
Understood.
Right.
The Drew Show with $5 in here. I can't believe. What's
I saw
that?
my brother-in-law gave us $10.
Oh, your brother-in-law did?
Lewis.
Oh, what's up, Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a Chiefs fan. I
What's
don't know
his
how.
handle? Lewis what?
Well, I don't know. It's probably Soto.
A Chiefs fan?
Exactly.
For how long?
Since Patrick Mahomes. Exactly.
Is he from Tyler?
Hell no. That's where I'm from.
I know. Well, I'm just
he
trying to find
was
an
a Chiefs
excuse.
fan because of Alex Smith, but now it's just.
Oh, wait. So he goes back to Alex Smith?
That ain't even back,
right.
though. That's not back.
Still, though, I mean, if you're an Alex Smith fan, you kind of get a pass.
Yeah, I'll give him a pass.
If he became a Chiefs fan the night they drafted Mahomes or the night the Chiefs won the first Super Bowl,
No, that's different.
That don't count.
That's only for kids.
Taylor Swift is a front-running Chiefs fan. She's fucking a guy on the teams, and all of a sudden she's a Chiefs fan. When he retires, she can go see the Chiefs jackets. Or if he dumps her in 2 weeks and she writes a new song.
You tired of it?
Dude,
I don't have a problem with it.
And like I don't. It's not personal. It's not against her. I don't need to see her anymore. It's to the point now where I hope she falls out of the booth and dies. Splatters all over the seat behind. Just crushes seats.
No,
I do mean that. No, okay, no, I don't want it. I
know you don't
mean
want her to
that.
die.
But
I know that.
I wouldn't.
You want the story to die.
I wouldn't be as sad.
You want the story to die, not her.
I do. Yes.
This is the thing.
He may retire.
The
Kelsey,
NFL is
hopefully.
milking it, and if you think,
I know why they are.
No, and if you think,
I know.
Trust me, Baltimore's better. We can segue to NFL
They
time.
win Sunday.
If
God!
Baltimore, if you think with the Super Bowl in Vegas and the NFL isn't going to have Taylor Swift there, I got oceanfront property for you off East Houston. The Chiefs, look, I think Baltimore's better.
Yeah.
There's no way the Chiefs aren't making it to the Super Bowl with the amount of eyes that Taylor Swift has brought to the NFL.
You
There's
think
no
that they're
way.
going to no, don't do that.
I'm not.
Be that
There's
guy.
no script. There's none of that shit. There's no script or whatever. The Chiefs are winning that game Sunday.
Well,
that's all I'm going to say. And they probably shouldn't.
I have learned
the Chiefs are winning that game.
To
Taylor
not
Swift
question
in
Mahomes.
Vegas.
Well, I'm not ready to go down this road with you where they're going to get all the calls because of Taylor. But I will agree with you only because I learned last year to not doubt Patrick Mahomes. Tyler's own Patrick Mahomes. Whitehead, technically.
No,
White
it ain't
House.
White House.
White House.
That's
just
like
outside.
Cibolo.
I know.
Get out of here. It's Tyler.
I
He's
know.
from Tyler, damn it. Go ahead.
Beast, Texas.
Beast, Texas, baby.
Traylor said.
That's right.
I learned last year not to doubt Pat. They struggled 2/3 of the regular season. They're still good, but no one repeats. No, they're not going to go to the Super Bowl again. And what do? They just turn it on and win in time.
Right.
In December and in January and in playoff games. They're all the things that Dallas is not. Intangibly.
Right.
Miscellaneous shit.
Right.
Mental shit.
Right.
Pau Gasol, Dwight Howard comparisons come back to mind when it comes to what the Cowboys don't do this time of the year that they could be doing. I'm not saying the Cowboys should beat everybody, but to be down 27-0 in the second quarter, it's because you got problems, mental problems. Any hooch. I won't doubt Patrick Mahomes. I don't think they're going to win Sunday, but it won't. No, I won't.
So you picked the Ravens. Gun to your head, you taking the Ravens?
Yeah, well, ask me again Friday.
Yeah, we'll talk about it Friday.
I reserve the right to think about it some more.
Always.
But as of right now, if I had to go on the record, I'm going to pick Baltimore. They're only the fourth team in the history of the league that has the first team All-Pro quarterback and the number one scoring defense in football.
Wow.
They've given up the least amount of points, and they have an all-pro quarterback. That's going to win you some football games.
He's the MVP.
See if I can do this. The 72 Dolphins
I'm listening.
that ran the table didn't. The only undefeated team ever, the 72 Dolphins team with Don Shula.
Listening.
First team all-pro quarterback, number one rated defense in the league. So 72 Dolphins. I think I can get this without looking. The 78 Steelers. This is bad. This brings up bad memories for Cowboys fans that are old.
Is that the tight end drop?
It's 35-31, Jackie Smith in the end zone.
Gotcha.
Yes. But the Steelers had, Bradshaw was first team All-Pro. Steelers had the number one rated scoring defense in football. I want to say like maybe the 88 49ers with Montana. Maybe. And then the 96 Packers with Favre. They also had the number
Reggie
one.
White.
They had the number one scoring defense. Okay, so the point being, there's been 4 teams in the history of the league that had a first-team All-Pro quarterback and the number one rated defense in the league. All 4 of them won the Super Bowl. Didn't just go, but won the Super Bowl.
So you taking the Baltimore
based on
today?
what I've
You taking
seen,
the Ravens today?
What I saw last week by Baltimore And I've always thought Lamar was a bit overrated, but man, I mean, I'm probably going to wind up looking like a dumbass on that opinion. Let me see what he does this week.
It's just
they look so much better than even San Francisco right now.
I don't think there's a quarterback outside of Mahomes that causes the headaches in a defensive coordinator's room when you're preparing for Lamar because because the spy don't work. He's faster than him. Mm-hmm. And then now this season he's decided to scramble to throw, which has changed the dynamic of the entire team. Yeah. Now he's sliding. He's not giving up the big hits. So yeah, it's a tough. And then after what they did to San Francisco, that's when I was like, oh shit, Baltimore is real. Because again, I was like you. I was on the fence. Like I don't really know. Like Baltimore, I don't know. And then I haven't seen anybody punk the 49ers. Like, it's one thing to beat them. The 49ers lost games, but it's a whole other thing to punk them. Mm-hmm. They punked the 49ers. Yep. It made it look easy. That's when I was like, oh, shit, this is the real deal. So it's going to be a good game. I just don't see the Swifties not in Vegas. Too much money. Too much money.
Well, the league does love to champion new superstars while they're hot. And Lamar Jackson in a Super Bowl, he's the new superstar of the league at that point.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, if they go to the Super Bowl, anybody who doesn't already have Jackson in the tier 1 list, you're an idiot if you don't. Let me see what they do this week. Again, I don't want to bet money against Patrick Mahomes, but I just think finally the Chiefs have some issues that they've had all season long. Now they've gotten hot all of a sudden. Of course they have, because that's what they do. They're the Chiefs. The Ravens are just so good on both sides. I'll make an official pick Friday. I know the whole world can't wait for my Taylor pick on Friday.
No, but dude, this is the thing.
I don't think I'm gonna change my mind. Ravens roll.
Yeah, I hate to disrespect them, but I honestly feel like the Super Bowl is being played in Baltimore. I don't think San Fran nor Detroit can beat either one of those teams. And I know San Fran, again, hell, if Debo don't play Sunday, I don't even know if San Francisco's going to beat Detroit if Debo don't play. They look awful without Debo
right now.
It's a coin flip. So, again, whoever wins that game in Baltimore, and this is the first time Patrick Mahomes has had to go on the road this season. You know what I mean? He's 6 season starter. 6 AFC championship games. Mm-hmm. It's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, and the Bills are not a complete team. They have issues.
They're not. So this is going to be
the Ravens have no issues.
This is a whole different monster because those receivers aren't going to be able to do what they did versus Buffalo to the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, they're not having that shit. So it's going to be a tall task for the Chiefs to go into Baltimore and win. Yeah. But I do feel like that's the de facto Super Bowl.
Those Harbaugh boys coaching some bitches.
You like Jim? I don't really care for Jim.
Well, he just won a natty, and his brother's probably going to win a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, within 3 weeks' time, you're going to have brothers win championships 3 weeks apart.
That's crazy.
If the Ravens win the Super Bowl,
that's pretty dope.
Pretty dope.
Well, Jim is on his second interview today.
Yeah. Well, see, he's a weird guy. He's kind of an asshole. It goes back to that kind of leadership.
Oh, he's an asshole.
As long as it's not disrespectful, he's a weird guy. I wouldn't want to go drink beers with Jim. John seems like a cool guy.
John's cool.
That's why John gets along so well in the NFL with a bunch of grown-ass men all making tons of money. Although I think Jim may be ready to make that NFL jump again. All Jim ever does is win.
Well, these dudes played each other in the Super Bowl. Again, that was a hell of a thing.
I don't care. You go bring me Santa Claus, Wade Phillips, Rudy J. I don't care. I just want to win.
Just win, yeah, for shizzle.
When we win, then your personality fits our room. Funny how that works. Jim's an asshole. I may not want to go drink beer with you.
No.
But when you show up, our franchise starts winning championships, I can't argue with that. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. The success of the business. And those Harbaugh boys are some coaching son of a bitches. I don't see anybody even touch. I think the Ravens may win by double digits this week and in the Super Bowl.
You think they can beat the Chiefs by double digits?
Yeah, like 30-20. Yeah, I see that happening this week. 28-7, 28-13-14. I mean, that Houston was rolling going into that game last week and just got high-tanned.
I'm glad you brought up Houston. Mm-hmm. Because I want to take a leak on their bubble.
Oh, come on now.
I want to take a leak on the Texans' bubble.
They just ran up against the wrong team.
I like the Texans.
48 on Cleveland.
I just want to remind them of something.
Go ahead.
There was a rookie, 4th round, rookie year goes 13-3, wins the division, gets a bye, and loses to the Packers at home on one of the most incredible throws that I've ever seen in my life on 3rd and a mile with Aaron Rodgers. That man's name is Dak Prescott. That Cowboys team was phenomenal. And you know what Cowboys fans were saying after that game? We got next. We just went 13-3. We got Zeke.
Why do you need to pull that scab off my body?
I just want to remind Texans fans, as great a season as C.J. Stroud had, as great as DeMeco Ryans had, what you did this season means shit going forward. Right. Dan Marino, his rookie year, goes to a Super Bowl, never sniffs one again. All I'm saying is, if you just basing the fact off, look at the season we had, we're ahead of schedule. The Cowboys were ahead of schedule in 2016 too. Zeke was the best running back in the league. You had the best offensive line in the league. Dak Prescott came out of nowhere. You were this close to getting to the NFC title game. Yep. The same thing with the Texans. You were right there, and then damn, Aaron Rodgers snatches it right out from underneath you. Lamar Jackson. All I'm telling you, Texan fan, is enjoy this. But don't think this means that going forward that you're just about to dominate. The NBA works like that. That means you're trending. It works that way in the NBA. I've seen it with the Denver Nuggets. You trend upwards. Golden State, you trend upwards. NFL, nothing's guaranteed because guys go here, guys go there, rookie contracts run out. So all I'm saying is, hey, that was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out. This is the first time I've watched the Texans damn near every Sunday. They were fun to watch. Don't mean a jack poop going forward. That's all I want to remind Texan fans, because y'all are riding high. Like, hey, look, just wait till next year. No, wait till next year, nothing. One, your schedule gets tougher, okay? And number 2, this is the NFL. Ain't shit guaranteed. So have fun. But this does not mean that you're about to turn into a powerhouse in the AFC.
Right.
It doesn't.
For sure.
It means nothing.
Now, not to say I don't
Sorry, Texan fans.
I
love
think
you.
CJ's a stud.
He is.
But he can't control injuries, free agency, half-ass guys, new contracts, all this
injuries.
There's a lot. Yeah, football's insane.
Right.
The turnover ratio. I mean, every year the playoff participants, half of them are different from the previous season.
For sure.
It's so hard. No one's won back-to-back NFC East in how many years now? 18.
Come on now.
I mean, the Cowboys are going to take a huge step back next year, probably, and go to the middle of the pack, just because history says they're going to, and they probably will, because that's the NFL. It's so effing hard. The latest example of that, Rudy, and they made the playoffs because they had a 10-1 record, and we saw the real Eagles in the second half. Channel View's own Jalen Hurts, who I support, because I support any and all things Texas. Right outside of Houston, right there on the swamps, right there on the bay.
Go ahead.
He was really, really good. Oh, my God, Jalen Hurts.
Paid him.
Stick him into the top. He's tier 1 quarterback. He was mediocre at best this season.
He wasn't very good.
No.
He wasn't very good this year.
No, he was terrible in the last 6 weeks.
Right.
He was banged up, but who's not? You're out there playing, you got a uniform on. I don't want to hear the excuses. You playing, go. And he's only been good one season of his career. That is, you're not elite till you put together multiple seasons, because it's so fucking hard to do that.
Yeah. For sure.
And that's just when people get on me, because they think that I've underrated Lamar Jackson. I just need to see you win multiple playoff games in the same year. Lamar doesn't have to win the Super Bowl. Play like you played last week, one more week this week, and I'll shut my dumb ass up, and I'll take a knee and admit I was an idiot. Because it's just so hard to be good for years.
Well, it's not fair for quarterbacks, but we can't move the goalposts for Lamar. We can't move the goalposts for Josh Allen. Like, Dak gets it up and down, television, Twitter, us.
I know.
And Lamar and Josh Allen, we're just kind of like whistling Dixie.
We forget they're here.
Yeah, we're just like, oh.
If Dak were a Pittsburgh Steeler, half the people that in this state couldn't tell you two things about him.
Stephen A. wouldn't give a shit.
No.
Wouldn't give a shit if he was like, oh, man, this guy ain't been in the NFC Championship. Nobody would care.
But Dak, you don't have to cash them checks then. Quit.
No, I'm not defending him.
But that's what comes with that job.
Right.
But you're right.
No, we're not moving the goalposts for anybody, Dak included. Like, this is a part of it. Mm-hmm. It's a part of it. Like, I can see with my 2 eyes that John Elway is probably a better quarterback than Tom Brady was, but Tom won 7.
Your skill, your eyes can show you that.
Yeah.
Had Dak been a Steeler, maybe Dak's won a Super Bowl by now too. Maybe all those intangibles and all that loud noise and all that bullshit, he's able to work for the Roonies in northern Pennsylvania. Maybe he didn't. All that crap's not there. Who's to say he hasn't won more playoff games if he's a Steeler, right?
Mike.
So much has to do with who you get drafted by.
It's all has to do with it, because if the Bears had done what they were supposed to do and taken Patrick Mahomes, ain't no 2 Super Bowls, ain't no 6 NFC Championship
Not
games.
in Chicago.
Hell no.
He's a good player, but he's beaten up. He's frustrated. He's pissed.
No, he
he's
don't have
probably
no
won
2
out by
titles.
now.
So,
he's better than he had a better time than this kid.
Justin
Fields. Mahomes is awesome.
He's a system quarterback, though, right?
I don't know. I'm never going to criticize him
I mean,
for
Donovan McNabb was really good with Andy Reid too.
Okay.
Didn't win 2 Super Bowls.
No, he didn't.
He was throwing up in the huddle.
He did do that. Yeah. I don't
know what
everybody has a system.
I don't know what to think if what Patrick Mahomes' career looks like if those 9 teams ahead of the Chiefs draft him. I don't think it's 6 straight
You
AFC
brought up
title
your Bears.
games.
I don't think he's
no.
had no success.
No,
the Bears are
none.
dysfunctional.
None.
More than the Cowboys are.
Right.
Yeah, but in the case of Lamar Jackson, he takes this skill that all of a sudden now, I mean, it's funny because guys like Lamar Jackson, that's what thrived back in the day. But then all of a sudden we fell in love with 6'5" white boys from the Midwest, and that's how you win. Now all of a sudden we open up the offense and it's like, oh shit.
Well, Saturday,
if you can't run, you can't start for me.
Yeah, Saturdays have invaded Sundays. NFL.
I love it.
NFL finally said we're going to swallow our pride and make our game adjust to theirs instead of, you know what I mean? Like, perfect example, like poor Charlie Ward. I mean, he wouldn't have had a great career at the Knicks.
He'd have been great today.
He'd have been a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
Charlie Ward's a top 3 pick in today's NFL.
Yeah.
Like, with what he did at Florida State, it's just like Kyler Murray 20 years ago is playing baseball.
Sure. Oh, no question.
They wouldn't have drafted him at number 1 overall.
I'm not sure he would have gotten a scholarship to A&M.
No.
He'd have been at Sam Houston State.
Playing baseball, which he was drafted by the A's, so he's pretty damn good. But
yeah, I know, I agree.
I appreciate the NFL finally swallowing their pride and saying, okay, fine, we'll adjust to you.
Yeah. And Lamar gets drafted by one of the 5 most well-run organizations in pro sports today, the Baltimore Ravens.
Right. 30th.
What's that?
30th overall. He was way down the list.
Well, but again,
Ozzie Newsome is a
if
wizard.
Lamar goes to the Bears, he's
he
probably washed out. He's frustrated. He's pissed. He's not
done.
getting coached up. He's mad. It just snowballs in on itself. But he gets to go play for the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson's a Cowboy, and this sucks to say as a Cowboy fan.
What you think?
I don't know, man. That just goes to show you how much I don't trust the Cowboys organization, from the Joneses. And then the people that everything that comes with being a Cowboy and working for that team.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude. And it sucks. I would like to think that had the Cowboys drafted Aaron Rodgers, then we'd have 4 more Super Bowls. But I can't guarantee you that because of what's in the corporate.
I'm trying to think about
because
that.
what's
That's
in
a
the
good
water
one.
fountains up there.
That's a good one.
What great quarterback that's playing in the last 10 years and playing today would have made a difference and overcome the Jerry bullshit? Can you think of one? I can't guarantee you Mahomes goes to Dallas and we win Super Bowls. I can't guarantee that because it's the Cowboys. But with the Chiefs, where you can just be a professional and there's no bullshit, you just go to work every day and that's all you have to worry about.
Or Kelsey and Tyreek Hill with them.
With the Cowboys? Yeah. Sure, why not? Let's put Tyreek on the Cowboys.
Yeah, you put Tyreek and Kelsey with them, he probably wins.
Well, that's another thing. We also overrate our own guys. We want to make statues after Micah Parsons after he has 6 weeks in the league that's good, you know?
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
We overrate the shit out of Cowboy players too. We do.
Yeah.
All I know is it's another January heading to February in which we're on here talking about the NFL and games coming up that don't involve the Cowboys again. Going on 30th
It's brutal.
year.
It's brutal.
It sucks. Tell me about this dude you said that looks like MLK. I hadn't seen this.
No, I just saw the dude went viral.
I need to see it.
I thought it was funny. It was at the Baltimore game.
Oh my God! Or Eddie Murphy? No, he's got a little MLK in it. That's who is that? Just Ravens fan?
Just random Ravens fan, and then LG's behind him.
Yeah, look at LG wilding out behind him.
So you can't tell me my guy right there is not related to. He got to be related to the great doctor. Ain't no way. That's Dr. King's bloodline right there, bro. Don't do it. Don't, Mike.
What?
I already go. What? What? I know what you're about to say.
Dr. King traveled to a lot of
You
cities
see, I knew he
over
was
the
going to
years.
say that.
I didn't say nothing. Did he not
That's the
travel?
truth.
The man traveled a lot.
Well, see, back in the day, you were allowed to be a Rolling Stone.
You're not allowed to today?
Hell no.
I don't want to be.
No.
I'm happy.
No, you can't be a Rolling Stone today.
But that's okay.
No, not
Coretta was fine with it.
That's what I'm saying. That was different. It was different times.
They were early swingers.
As long as you kept the house paid, I want to say Coretta was a swinger now.
No, she was cool with it. She was cool okay with him.
Like, hey, just don't bring it home.
Isn't that's an old school mentality though?
Like,
how many wives in this country were like that in the 50s?
Yeah,
60s?
we got a lot of kids.
Half of them.
Yeah, got a lot of kids, and we're just gonna figure it out. I know he's gonna be.
He's a man.
That's what they
I'm
call it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to take it down this road.
I knew you.
But he does look like him.
Yeah,
But is he old enough? I don't think he's old enough though. That guy was not born before 1968.
That dude, that's MLK's grandson. Great grandson. Got to be like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. He's not old enough to be a son, but maybe a grandson. Yeah,
grandson.
He died in 68.
Yeah,
So that guy there, that's a younger looking man.
That's MLK.
He does
though.
have some. I didn't
But
see this
look
go
at
viral.
LG
He does
behind
look
him.
like. I know. Look at the gold
But
chain.
LG's a Texan. He couldn't be out there in
Got to
Baltimore
take
with
the
his shirt off.
off.
Too cold.
Yeah, too cold.
By
But no,
the way,
that MLK
I love
stuff started
that.
with the
That's so
barbershop
good.
when Cedric Entertainer was like, Martin Luther King was a hoe.
We all have doppelgangers.
What's that mean?
Yours is Bun B.
I don't look like Bun B.
Yes, you do.
Bun B. Look, I love me some
And
Bun
you
B.
sound like
I'm gonna
it.
tell you this. I love me some Bun B. Like legend. He ain't nowhere near as handsome as me.
Okay, fine.
You know what I mean?
He's a
Like,
resemblance to you.
for sure. Who's your
Can't deny
Doppler?
it. Oh, I got shit ton because I'm mixed. Ralph Macchio, Lou Diamond Phillips.
Definitely, I see Lou. I see a little bit of Lou.
Several norteño Mexican singers.
Who's that quarterback that looked like you?
Sam Bradford.
Oh, that's.
Young Sam
I
Bradford.
think
at
we used to
Oklahoma.
call you Sam Bradford on Sports Grind.
Looked like Sam and 10 years ago I was a younger looking man too. So yeah, I looked like Sam.
And then
Bradford.
the Angels had a player named Mike Taylor. Damn, someone said
The
MLK's
Clippers
son
had a
passed
Mike
away
Taylor.
yesterday. Damn,
Wait,
Jimbo. Somebody, Jimbo PTX
Oh,
said
yeah, he
MLK's
did.
son
Yeah,
passed away.
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
Dexter Scott King.
Yeah, Dexter passed away.
Damn.
Did we see what happened? How old was he? He's probably in his 50s.
More than probably older than that.
Yeah. I didn't see why. Yeah, I did.
Damn.
I saw a headline of that.
Ouch.
There's the lead. What is it? Coheed and Cohambria. That
What's
sound
that
right?
mean?
There's a band in Austin whose lead singer looks like he is my son, and he's not.
You used to be a hoe.
I'm 90% sure he's
you
not
used to
my
be a
son.
hoe at some point.
Not Coheed.
You
Is
had
it
a whole.
Coheed?
You had a whole phase.
I did. Well, don't we all at our younger age?
Never. I can count
Stop.
on one. I can
So
count
you've
on
been
one
with
hand.
on a long time though.
I can count on
You
one
never had to
hand.
go
I don't
through
have
that.
my body count is
You've
very
never had
small.
any in between wife phase like me.
No.
Don't bring this up. I'm an older man now. I'm mature.
No, I don't want to. We're not going to do that to Nina. Nobody needs to know your past.
It took me 49 years to find this woman. I'm like Mark McGuire. I'm just here to talk about today and tomorrow. I'm not here to talk about the past.
What's it? You going to get married again?
You know what? I would.
Because I know a lot of guys
sure.
is like, yo, I just don't want to do that again. Not because you don't love them.
I don't think she would.
Damn.
No, it's not Coheed. Who's the guy, y'all? There's some dude that looks like me, plays in the band up in Austin.
Somebody said you look like Chetty Osmond.
Well, yeah, because again, it got the olive complexion.
Yeah, you could be a lot of nationalities.
I could be a lot of nationalities.
Aren't you Indian as well?
Yeah, I got a little Native American in
Native
me. Yeah, my
American,
23andMe pie chart got a whole lot of different colors in it.
I've never
Lots of
done
slices.
my
You ought to.
ancestry.
You should.
Wow.
Navajo!
You not interested in seeing your people from back in the day?
I know I'm from Africa. Y'all stole me.
Well, let's figure out some names. How great. Have you ever seen that show? The guy's a professor at Harvard, and he does a show on PBS where he takes celebrities and they take these massive deep dives into their ancestry.
No, I haven't seen that.
And they always wind up, like, I think Spike Lee was on there once. Spike got to meet, like, his 9th cousin removed.
9th?
Blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white lady in Louisiana was related to Spike because in the 1830s and 40s,
Right.
somebody and somebody did a little something.
Yeah.
And there was some mixing going on, and that part of the family was like shunned by the white folks. And they're like, well, fuck y'all. Until they moved away.
Yeah.
And
White people.
wound up Spike Lee. Spike Lee has white
That's
cousins
insane.
because Spike Lee has ancestors that were making babies with women on the plantation in the Louisiana in the 1840s.
I think I was 11 or 12.
You
I don't
may
remember
have
how old I was,
white men
but
in your family.
maybe. But I know. So my biological father, who's passed away, he was a Rolling Stone.
Okay.
So I'm at a wedding.
It was the 70s, man.
Yeah. I'm at a wedding with my aunt. And my aunt, you know, I'm 11, 12. I'm a little hornball. My aunt catches me just staring this chick down, just like I won't. And she elbows me. That's your sister.
Oh, shit.
Beautiful.
You didn't know?
No.
Well, y'all had like a little reunion before you got
we had no
introduced?
reunion. We have no reunion. I
Y'all
had
happened to see her in
never
public?
met her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually met a brother and a sister of mine that I had never met maybe 4 or 5 years ago, right when my pops had passed, because like he worked at Tyler Pipe. We were owed some money because he had
He
left.
laid a lot of Tyler Pipe.
Yeah, so I had I had a brother and a sister message me on Facebook, hey, I'm your brother.
Wow.
And then this other young lady, hey, I'm your sister. And I looked at them like, damn, you are. And then they were like, hey, we need your signatures on this and that.
Wow.
We're going to be getting some money from Tyler Pipe. So yeah,
No shit.
Yeah. No.
Did you go ahead and sign it?
Yeah, of course.
You got the money?
No, it wasn't much. It was
Yeah.
a couple $100, something like
When
that.
did you leave Tyler?
Oh, God, it's 2 years old.
Oh, okay. So
But
you
I
were
went to
raised
high school
here.
there.
All right, you told me this before.
Twice.
Left there as a kid, came here,
Yes.
went back there for high school.
9th grade there.
Okay.
10th grade here.
Okay.
11th grade there. 12th grade here. Yeah.
Same
So
high
I'm a
school
John
the
Tyler.
2 years you were here?
Roosevelt.
Okay.
Same high school there. John Tyler Cujo.
So you graduated from Roosevelt,
Right.
but you went to John Tyler for
9th and 11th.
9th and 11th. Interesting.
Yeah.
That is the most segregated city I've ever seen.
Tyler?
Tyler.
Oh, dude.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, everybody sticks with their own.
I lived there 6 months and thought, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I actually drove to the
I
other
forgot
side of the
you lived
highway.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, for about a year.
South Tyler, all white people. North Tyler,
Yeah.
all black people. And then now there's a lot of big influx of Latinos.
Well, I mean, we're everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
We're still late now.
Yeah,
like the
everywhere.
roaches, you turn the lights on. Hey,
Yeah, you
my
everywhere.
cousin.
Everywhere.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I can
like
make those. I can make those jokes. My mother's
Yeah,
Mexican.
you can do that. I can't. You know, even if I'm married to one,
You
it don't
can't on
matter.
this show. You've given we all get a racist pass on this show. Look how diverse this show is.
Yeah, what all is LG? Is he Kabbalah
Like,
Nation?
I don't know.
Is he Kabbalah
Throw a
Nation like
dart.
Tiger?
Throw a dart. Yeah, he's Kabbalah Nation.
He's Kabbalah
okay,
Nation.
if you heard that segment he played earlier, he forgot he was part of Indonesia when he was running through all of his different nationalities and origins.
He left for Indonesia now.
Yeah, Indonesia,
Okay.
Chinese, Filipino, Irish.
Correct.
Irish?
Yeah, he was.
Hell no, he ain't Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Can I show him this picture? Can I show him this?
Yeah, show them that.
Then I gotta pee.
How in the hell are you Irish?
white people.
My dad's side was some of the first Irish settlers in Texas. There's a little town called George West that's down 37 on the way to Corpus. They were the first founders of that city in the 1800s,
So a bunch of white dudes,
1700s maybe.
some pretty well-off white people, went to the Philippines, started mating with Asian women. That's how we got LG. That's the short story. Who is in this picture? Your great-grandpa or your grandpa?
My great-grandfather.
This is LG's great-grandfather. Look how white this dude is.
Oh.
Get that on camera. It's hard to see.
No, I see it.
That is his great-grandfather, lily white.
Paris bar, furnished rooms for rent.
That's his bar, right, LG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was hotel
This
upstairs.
is in what, Manila?
Yeah, Cavite City, Philippines. It's right
Oh, yeah,
outside.
Cavite.
It's right outside Manila.
Okay,
Cavite,
yeah.
Philippine
Yeah.
Islands. Wow, LG.
And
Richard
that's
King.
the street it was on. Calle 13 Martires.
Yeah, LG's family, they've been mixing races for 100 years. Yeah, LG's legit. He's a good dude.
So he is Irish.
He is Irish. He actually is.
Nice.
Yeah. I'd love to see his 23andMe. It's probably all kind of colors.
Yeah,
That's
I don't-
crazy.
Yeah.
Mine's probably Nigerian.
Have you not done yours, LG?
No, I've done it. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I have it.
You don't want to do yours?
No, isn't it like $100?
23? Yeah.
Yeah, and 23andMe
Yeah.
got hacked too. All that information's gone. The
Well-
whole world's got your DNA now.
A lot of people don't. Yeah, no one cares about our DNA.
Only matters what you is when you get pulled
I don't
over.
care.
When I get pulled over, I'm black.
I had a similar scenario because
That's all I know. That's all I know. Like,
my dad's dad. I never met. My father never met his father.
right.
It's a one night stand fling thing with my
Nice.
grandmother, and all we knew was that my dad's last name should have been Davidson. But we never met the Davidsons. There was a rumor. About 7 or 8 years ago, I did my 23andMe, and it shows you all the people that have done 23andMe that share your DNA. I had all these Davidsons on there. So I was able to confirm to my dad, hey, Dad, that guy Davidson really was your dad. Look at my 23andMe, Davidson.
What did your pop say?
He didn't give a shit.
That's what
My dad's in his 60s.
he was like, oh, okay, cool. Appreciate you letting me know, son.
Pretty much.
How's your day going?
Yeah, fuck that guy. yeah, pretty much. All right, we're going to have an outro tune every day? That's it. That's good because I got to take a leak.
Okay.
I can't believe that 760's rolling with that gas bag Cowherd and San Antonio sports stars pushing Jim Rome instead of this pairing. It's an upside-down world. But that's the beauty of this world. You ain't got to listen to old school radio no more if you don't want to. Just come over here and watch this.
Come fuck with us.
Yeah. This is the future. Old school radio is not until they get their shit together. But until then, fuck them. I can't wait. This is a show we're doing. What radio show can you make money literally while you're doing it? Rudy Zuniga just gave us $9.99. Thank you, Rudy. Gold star. All right, we're done. I got to go. That's it. Thursday we'll be at Texas Cheer Liquors, 1604 Culebra, but right back in this room tomorrow. All right, man. That's it.
Great show.
Y'all be good. All right.
Peace.
Love y'all hard.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.